welcome back to another episode of The Scholar and the Jagoff. I'm the Scholar.
And I'm the Jagoff.
And this is a show where we say whatever we want. So let's get into it. So today we have a recurring guest. I'm sure you know him.
The man, the myth.
What's up, bro? It's me. It's your boy, Devin.
Every time.
Every time.
I think I'm the most recurring guest you have.
I think
you're
right behind
Alyssa. Yeah.
How many episodes have you been on? Like
3
or 4?
Yeah, one of those.
I think 3 alone and then
4 with the group.
Yeah.
Dude, that episode was such a clusterfuck.
Do I listen to it in the car, like when I was doing DoorDash and shit? And it's actually a good listen.
We get into it. I think it was just like the conversation.
It was just everywhere.
Broken.
Like it was everywhere, bro.
Well, no, like
because
it was like
multiple
some clicks.
there was multiple conversations going on at the same time.
Like you and Alyssa started talking to each other, bro. Like
for like a little bit.
Apple side and you just had like this thing going, and then Elian and him were just like talking to me, and it was just like 2 separate like shows at the same time.
Like one intellectual conversation, and then a bunch of dumbasses.
Just one about like.
Oh, we were just talking about monkeys.
Oh yeah, we had a good talk about like
fucking monkeys.
Weren't we talking about gorilla dick and shit? Like
yeah, basically. Why they evolved to have small dicks?
Yeah, I remember. Damn.
They're
Good
1-inch
times.
punishers, bro.
But like.
Literally, bro. Like they go ham, but it's the only 1 inch.
But they're not punishing them.
Maybe
it was like their arms are like beating on them, but like not with the dick.
Imagine like the pelvis fucking like trauma that you have. Just getting humped by a gorilla with a small dick. Like,
well, I'm sure if you're a female gorilla, you can take it.
That's why they're the fat asses.
Devin's fucking checking out gorillas at the zoo.
The weird thing is, I've never seen like a female gorilla with a fat ass. Only the males got them fat asses.
So you gay for
gorillas? Gorillas? I mean, they're the only thick boys in the ape world, dog.
I mean, that is true.
No, baboons got fucking plump asses.
What?
Besides humans, it's like gorillas and baboons.
So those ones that like we're most likely to mate with, if shit really went downhill.
But how would you mate with
like,
a gorilla though,
or
a baboon for that?
Like
fact.
Humans are like the only ape species that have like ass.
No, with tits actually.
That is true.
Like tits that developed before.
We're the only species where the females actually have like
just tits. Just naturally occurring.
Because other than that, it's like
okay.
nipples.
We're gonna get into monkeys, and we've already had this fucking conversation. All right. I know us.
Well, okay, you're the guest. What do you want to speak on? What do you want to spill your mind on?
We're at Applebee's right now, and we're talking about Godzilla.
We were.
What about Godzilla?
Like.
The inverse square law thing.
Yeah, the likelihood of
there actually being a creature that size.
No, just of like Godzilla in general, like how Godzilla would change the world.
Could we coexist with Godzilla?
We can't coexist with Godzilla. At least not in the way that we have now. We couldn't have shipping lanes because you'll always be worried about losing billions of dollars because this fucker's just going out for a swim.
He's not even like going out for a swim. He's just in his like house, just
into the other room. Aren't they like
and
fucking tunnels underground in the movie? Like there's like a whole system.
Okay, yeah, but
that's how he fucking travels so fast.
Oh,
wouldn't that be slower though? Because you'd have to go through the tunnel.
Yeah, like that's what I've always thought. Like,
first of all, you gotta be living on a planet with like mythical tunnels going through its core and shit can fit Godzilla in.
Dog.
God. Yes, my son.
All right, do we know where Godzilla stays? Like in which ocean?
He moves around. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well then that must mean that Godzilla must not get horny if he's the only one.
He could be an incel. He could have killed all the women.
He could be asexual.
Like he killed all the women, bro.
Like
he's an incel.
some corals, like they split off and.
So he's
like a starfish.
Yeah. Well, no, starfish don't create other starfish by breaking it off, do they?
Yeah, they lose an arm and then another starfish grows.
So then, yeah, like starfish or coral.
Did you seriously not know that?
I thought they could grow the arm back.
I learned this in like 4th grade with you remember the science teacher Mr. Diaz?
I don't know, Mr.
Dude
Diaz.
with the long beard.
Kobe's
Kobe's grandpa.
My bad. Oh, Elian's actually jealous of Colby.
Is he really?
Yeah, because I told him about him like one fucking time.
Oh yeah, in middle school.
Yeah, and then now he just fucking won't let it go.
Dude, he's super jealous that you had a sleepover with Kobe.
Yeah, we played fucking Battlefront 2.
Fucking Elian's jealous about that, but you fucking almost had a concussion and almost died in his fucking room.
I don't see the connection, but
Sleepover.
Nah, I think he's saying like.
oh, like your sleepover with him was more dangerous.
Yeah. Well, I've had multiple sleepovers with Elian. They're not really sleepovers. They're mostly just you get too drunk.
You get hammered and you can't go home.
Yeah, we're too drunk to leave.
Oh, so that his sleepovers are the ones to keep you up at night.
I think Elian just wants that like wholesome sleepover, like where we don't get drunk.
Where we like cuddle up in blankets and watch a movie, a scary movie.
Okay, but every time we try and fucking watch a movie like as a group, we never watch the whole movie.
Yeah, some shit always breaks down between one of us, and like it's either one of us fighting Elian.
Yeah, we can never just sit down and watch a fucking movie. And then talk about it later.
I feel like Elian's the one that kind of causes it, though.
No, I can't put the blame all on him. I mean,
not all on him, but a lot of
Don't get me wrong, like, I have my ADD moments, like, when I'm watching movies.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Fucking
You be talking through all of them.
you don't shut up, dude. I'm trying to watch.
You're in the theater still talking.
I'm trying to watch a fucking movie, and then I would like to talk to like you guys about movies afterwards, because I'm a big like movie buff. But like we just never can watch a fucking movie together.
You know what I hate? When people can't take like the silence in movies. Like, you know, it's like a very specific like moment of silence in movies.
Oh, so it was like build tension or like
there's for like tension. An artistic reason. That part is supposed to be quiet. And like people can't take that, so they just try to like add something to it.
They're like, bro, shut. Like
like just let it be quiet.
It's the point that it's supposed to be quiet.
Like I hate the well. Like in La La Land, you know how like Emma Stone finishes like her big like
never
finale.
Saw La La Land.
Oh fuck! Well, there's like a little scene. It's not a spoiler, but she has like this big finale song, and there's like a moment of silence like right after to sort of like cool down after the performance. I was trying to watch that with my parents, and like it's like beautifully crafted. So that the ending is supposed to be like just silent.
It's supposed to be like a decrescendo into nothing, and you're supposed to enjoy that.
Yeah, like a theater performance. You know, like when you're in an actual amphitheater and you see just silence.
Yeah, everything just fades away and then there's like that silence.
And then maybe like an applause after. That kind of silence. Yeah. And it just gets there.
And your parents
and then my dad was just like, well then. I'm like,
bro, shut up.
Oh, fuck. And it ruins it. It ruins the whole, like, because if you try to tell him to shut up, you also break the silence too. And it's
no, if you tell your dad to shut up, he's kicking you out of the
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It's also weird that I didn't see La La Land, because I'll watch anything with Ryan Gosling. Literally anything.
Dude, watch La La Land. It's fucking amazing.
Is he good in it?
Yeah. Dude, top notch. Like, his best work, La La Land's right there.
Like, I'm not saying I'd go gay, but if I was...
He could...
Would he be the man to turn you?
If he goes up to you, like, not even hypothetically, you go to LA
hey, yo,
and
my
see
man,
him, and he
what
starts
you
talking
doing
to you.
out here with all that ass?
And then he tells you, let's go back to my place. Tell me you wouldn't go.
Am I doing the fucking, or am I not... Or am I taking the fucking?
You don't know.
You're taking the
in
fucking...
that moment, no, you don't. He doesn't know. He just says, and with the implications.
Let's go back to my place.
Let's go back to my
Would you be okay with either of those
I'm going
outcomes?
to his fucking place.
There we go.
Because
That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know.
He needs to catch that Ryan Gosling body.
Bro, if I fuck Ryan Gosling, dude...
Even as a straight heterosexual
Like, even
male.
if you want to call me a fucking... Like...
You use the F word.
I can't use that?
Well, you know, it's very controversial. It's a slur.
I don't care.
Bro, literally, who... That's another thing. Who gives a fuck, dude? It's words. like
Liberated syndication.
Like, I get there's, like, social, like, implications and stuff to that, but, like... In the...
Why do I gotta change my vocabulary for you?
Basically.
I mean, it's a slur, though.
But I mean, like...
It's like the N-word. You're not
but
go out calling
like,
people.
okay, you know how the N-word, like, it's bad if you use hard R?
I think it's just bad in general using it. If you're not black.
No. Like if you're not black, hard R is like the worst you can go.
He's saying in comparison to each other.
Yeah, we all know that.
And you know how
But
like
still.
now it's like black people use it as like, hey yo, my man.
Like, you're not black.
Okay, I'm not gay either. Can I use the F word?
No, that's the whole point.
Okay, well I can't turn. Okay. Oh, wait, I can't turn black, right? So I could never use that word.
No.
What if I go suck a dick?
Then
that doesn't
use
make
the
you
word.
gay.
But I did a gay thing.
All right, Devin, just say you're gay and then you can use it.
Yeah, what? Who are you to tell me I'm not gay?
I'm not.
Do you know
But
my
like
sexual orientation?
the scenario that you just you're still
so
implying
like
that you're straight,
okay.
and you go suck a dick, then that's implying you're not gay.
Okay.
If you were to tell me, okay, like I found out, I came out the closet, then sucked a dick.
What if I just lie the whole time, and no one can tell me I'm not?
Well, then
hey,
no
dude,
one can
I'm
tell
gay.
me.
So I can say
I'm
faggot
coming
all I
out.
Is that what it is? Okay.
But you keep saying it right now.
Okay, so you don't want me to say it right now?
No.
Okay, I won't say it.
I'll
I'll try not. I'll
bro.
try not to say it. Then.
Get ready to get canceled, dog.
Do you know me? You know me. If anyone,
You were born canceled.
If anyone's getting canceled in this fucking group, it's me. All right.
Shit. All right.
Well, now that that's out there.
This man's career, he ended it on his own, dog.
Nobody knows my last name.
I think you said it
I'm gonna
like the
dox
first
you.
episode, bro.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I don't think I ever said my. Well,
I think you did.
No, I don't think he did.
no.
I think he just said.
I just said
name's
my
Devin.
first name.
Because I remember somebody that we've had like as on a guest, they've given their full name like.
That shit wasn't me. Like
Okay,
I know
okay,
enough.
Before you upload this, we're gonna need to investigate.
Bro, I literally don't care.
It doesn't
His
matter.
address is.
Damn, dude, don't yell into the mic.
I was yelling at you, not the mic.
I'm gonna have to bleep it out just so that it doesn't, get caught up in the system.
What the word?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like Twitch, like you say the N word on Twitch and already it gets clipped.
even if you're black.
Yeah, it's one of those types of words where it's like doesn't
Nobody
matter
can
the
use
context. The
context.
our host will like fucking smite it, like strike it down.
Oh, okay. Is Spotify like that?
Well, our host is the one that like handles our shit, and then puts it on Spotify.
You have you deal with the outside third party.
Yeah.
We're syndicated by Liberated
It's
Syndicated
syndication.
National.
Lit, by the way.
You have to stop trying to suck the dicks of your fucking corporate overlords.
No, I'm just saying,
dude.
it's been pretty easy just doing this so far. Like,
I think what I like about them, and this is the only dick sucking I'm gonna do, is that we don't have to say who we're hosted by. Like
Yeah.
in every episode, we don't have to be like, "Welcome to the Skull and Jagoff,
Brought
hosted
to you by-
or by Liberated Syndication." Like Parcast, if you wanted to be Parcast, it's every show has to say like title by Parcast. It's like
Yeah, I know it was that serious. I thought you just upload to Spotify and that's all you do.
no, you need
No.
a host,
you need a what are they called?
an RSS feed.
An RSS.
The only way to get an RSS feed, which is
Is
like
if
a
you- if
radio
you-
signal feed,
You get like a subscription.
well, you get a host. And they host you.
Yeah.
Like a network, like a radio network, you have to get access to the frequency.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was like that.
So this is just like an internet version of it.
Okay.
It's cool.
It's been pretty good for us so far, though. Like,
We're globally syndicated now. We have a few viewers in Germany and what was it? Belgium.
For real?
Yeah. So shout out
Privet
to
меня
y'all.
зовут Себастьян. Oh no, it's Russian, bro.
This motherfucker. Don't offend our only international.
And any
viewers.
Russians out there, privet.
Jesus
This motherfucker
Christ.
learns 3 fucking
I
Russian
do.
words. And then,
No, and he starts speaking them for the rest of his life.
God,
But
you're
thanks. Shout out to our international listeners.
You're like the
We love
fuckers
you.
that listen to Ramstein and then fucking just know how to count because it's in that one song, and then never shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what song you're talking about.
Like the only Ramstein song that everybody knows. I don't even know what it's called, but I just know it.
Ramstein. By
By
Ramstein.
Ramstein, German fuckers.
But yeah.
Okay, so you said you want to get into some deep topics.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you kick that off, and then I'll just
Fuck.
continue.
I don't even know,
Bro, you're the fucking.
I got
like,
you,
I can
I got
get
you.
deep, I just don't know how to,
Okay, a lot
start it,
of things you got some stuff.
Okay, what do you got?
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh,
This motherfucker's like the Tumblr,
Yeah.
girls. Like, I want to
I
talk.
know, I had one, but you guys both looked at me and
It's
I was
like
like,
talks
fuck.
like these, and it's the fucking mermaids and aliens and
yeah,
fucking
it's just
drugs.
like, are we alone? Is marijuana cool?
Are there mermaids?
God.
God.
Yeah, Tumblr bitches.
I
don't
want a
believe in
man who
God.
can talk deep. And then you're like, bro, fuck yes, let's talk deep.
And then it's the same 4 fucking topics.
Do you wonder if God was real? Like,
Shut up, bitch. You're on Tumblr. I know you don't believe in God. You fucking whore.
God damn. Okay.
Anybody that's listening to this that's on Tumblr, if you took that as a insult, it was.
This man is just fighting everybody today.
I told this man like
every community. This man chose violence.
I chose violence every single day of my life. I know what I like and I know what I hate. So.
Oh, what do you hate? I was gonna say
no.
You
want me to take out half your fucking audience?
No,
right
no,
now?
No, it's okay.
Damn.
We need our audience. Again, disclaimer. Our guest views are not our views.
This man does not speak for us.
Okay, I'll tell everybody that is listening to this right now that
he's thinking about it.
I'm thinking about how to say it.
How bad
Tony, how would you describe my
your complexion?
No.
The tone of the skin?
Like my skin?
Well, what do you want me to describe?
Like, you know how I am, like when I talk about, like, I'm very opinionated.
Opinionated edgelord.
Am I
every edgelord?
Am I an edgelord?
No, I think you're like more a debate lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, because edgelord.
You like arguments.
Well, no, because edgelord is more like
just for the sake
full
of
edge. Yeah, just
for the sake of like that shock value, like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not.
Whereas a debate lord, he just has his opinions, but if he hears something, he's gonna want to like
put in his 2 cents.
You're not as bad as like the actually, but when you do get into a debate, you have like all the talking points ready.
Oh, that's just because I don't talk about things that I don't know or that I don't think I know about.
Exactly.
Like, sure, there's just I'm not gonna claim I'm the smartest fucking guy, but like
you're pretty knowledgeable. Like
I'm knowledgeable about things. Like, if I'm knowledgeable about something,
and then you genuinely take an interest in what you're knowledgeable in.
Yeah, because I take an interest in it, and like if there's a conflicting opinion or whatever, right? Like
you want to hear it out.
I'm not one to shy away from a good debate. Oh, you got the vaccine card.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you got it? You took it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They got allocated fucking resources.
Oh, I got mine through my job.
Damn.
Well, I mean,
I'm the only risk.
You're risk to yourself. I mean, me and Tony, we're immune, dude.
Cough on me, dog.
I'm gonna kiss you, dog.
Kiss me. I'm immune.
Now I can kiss you goodnight.
Okay, now that he, took us nowhere.
Wow.
He tried. He tried. Effort. Maybe
right.
B+.
Like a C. If I'm feeling generous.
The Tumblr girls are like at a D. This man tried a little bit harder.
Yeah, a little.
This man said he's opinionated. Now he's just gonna fucking judge everything I do.
Yeah, that's opinionated.
He has opinions about you.
I want to hear him, dog.
You don't want to hear him.
Oh, fucking wow.
He hates you.
I'm not gonna shit on you on your own fucking show.
Repulse.
I mean, even though you do it every single time you're on this fucking show.
But everybody does it too every time.
I don't know why you do it. I'm straight just vibing.
The most notorious man, and it's like your own show, dude.
Yeah, I come on your show just to shit on you. Anyway, Tony.
Yeah.
So, would you like us to take us somewhere?
Okay. I'll go Tumblr topics. But let's go a little bit deeper.
So do you want me to shit on Tumblr girls or?
No. I'll say I'll pick a topic from that Tumblr fucking thing. So I'll
because Tumblr girls are fucking hot. I won't deny that. Some of them are hot, but
they're hot. Some of them are.
But a lot of them are just annoying. Like the girls that go to shows and you go to a show,
mm-hmm.
and they're hot as fuck, but as soon as you start fucking talking to them.
They're probably jacked up on some.
You hate everything about them.
There was one video like that where this girl gave bracelets to a couple, and she's I believe in you. I really hope you guys make it. I love you guys so much.
But she's hot, right? She's hot. Yeah. But as soon as she starts talking, you're like, oh. You just went from a 9 to a 6.
Just by you talking about love.
Yeah, if you had shut up right there. You would. I'm sorry.
Oh, what the? I don't know what I got. Oh, your charger.
You know what you just fucking brought up? It reminded me of drugged out chicks at Coachella. Have you seen those videos that they're on ecstasy?
That's literally what
that's just basically what it's mean.
Fucking they just go up and they just start crying and shit.
Yes, exactly what that
And they're
sounds.
listening to like the Chainsmokers.
Yeah,
or like the
most
Weeknd or some shit.
like the most basic fucking music ever. But I'm not saying that it's not good. I'm just saying it's very basic.
Oh, that's a topic we can get into.
No,
Music.
You want me to get it all fucking superior in my music taste?
Okay, I just have one single question.
For me?
Yes.
Okay.
That'll get you talking.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You seem very sure about this.
I am very sure. Because it's like a topic like you can literally ask anybody.
And then
it's going to get them talking.
It's going to snowball the conversation.
Yeah. Why do you think your music taste is superior when it's not?
I'm aware that it's not.
Right away.
Stood up.
I'm aware that it's not superior because I know it's especially with a subjective thing like that's purely subjective.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that like I'm never gonna like actually. I'm never gonna be able to prove that my fucking music taste is better.
You're
right?
never
like, you
gonna win in this argument. Like,
I mean, you can win. Like, if you take like consensus, technically.
I'm not about it.
Is there like an objective good to like is there like an objective
Good and bad music?
Yeah. Like do you think you can like not maybe you personally, but like do you think we as humans can like distinguish what good music is and what like bad music is?
Yes,
I think we can.
Yes, because look at all right, well, you want to talk about like the rap game or whatever?
All right, let's talk.
So, look at Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly," won a Pulitzer Prize.
But who decides what a Pulitzer Prize is?
I'm guessing people that are smarter than me, right?
People with a degree in music.
Yeah, they're just people, but they're specialized in that field.
They're more knowledgeable
Yes.
about like technique. What.
So I'm more willing to trust them over some fucking like 22-year-old chick that tells me fucking Megan Thee Stallion is fucking more fucking influential than so and so, right?
Well, maybe not influential.
No, they say influential.
Well, they do. I don't agree with that.
But
I'm saying like, okay, by what measures?
There is no measure. There's no metric.
There's no metric to music.
No.
Music can literally be anything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I can go look what the fucking cavemen did. They fucking banged on fucking
rocks,
sheepskin, and rocks and sticks, and they made music. And it's music, man. I like it. But
okay, so then what do you say to like the people who sort of like hold Mozart and Beethoven to like this high degree?
Well, then again,
or like music theorists
okay.
who like study music and the way it plays on the brain and sort of like this sort of type of music or like this complexity.
When I go for music, I look for like stuff that's experimental, right? Or stuff that's
pleasing to your ear.
Oh,
obviously
it
you're
has to
gonna
be pleasing to your ear, but like I'm talking about like complexity and like sophistication, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it also depends
a lot
on your
sophistication?
mood.
Like wordplay, fucking
certain
beats,
melodies, beats that play at certain intervals throughout the song that coincide perfectly with whatever the fuck the lyrics is, like what feel they're going for. Shit like that.
Yeah, but you play music, so it's different.
And
I feel like
me
is sort of like is like more like the general
populace, like
a spurg.
Yeah. So like
spurg.
Because you say sophisticated, what does that mean?
Like stuff that gets that like that like wow, like you fucking sit me in a room for like a week, and I would have never been able to do that. As opposed to like other music, you think about it, you're like, damn, is that really all? I
could have done that. Like,
is that really all it takes?
Like fucking Panda, bro, like by Designer. It's literally like 5 words over and over again.
So do you look for complexity in music? Because I feel like we got to get away from the whole like sophisticated, because sophisticated has like that inherent meaning that it's like better.
Yeah. Okay, so like complexity.
But just complexity, like more notes, more variation.
Not more of any one thing, but like I'm talking about like how can I say it? like creative,
Like out of the box thinking, or what do you mean?
like creativity in it, like, but that also goes like you listen to music, you listen to some music for certain things and other music for certain things. Yeah. Or you want to turn up, you want to go fucking turn up.
See, that's why I think this is such a hard question, because it also has a lot to do with like how you're feeling, like what mindset you're in when you're like going into like listening to something.
Yeah, like if you
how it affects you, like
if you want to go fucking turn up in the fucking club, you fucking throw on Migos or whatever.
Yeah, just like, something with like a really like heavy bass.
Like we'll fucking go, and like you'll be feeling it right there. But like when you're looking for like complex fucking like pieces that you would call art, right? You might not want Migos. You might want something else, right?
I guess the question, and this is like a very vague and open question, but because like, how else can we like describe it, is like, what is music? Because like you said, you go to a club and you just put on like this rhythmic beat, and like it's a ritual. Like the dancing is just very, it's very like just tapping. But you go, maybe you want a different experience, and at this point it's like a completely different experience, to where you're like, you're not even experiencing music the same way. The whole, you listen to maybe Beethoven or like
Mozart, fucking.
Well, no. I'm trying to pick out a very specific, like Oh my god.
Very
it's
specific.
number 16. Number 16, from Mozart. It's a piano piece.
Sonata
something.
number 16.
Is it sonata? I think so. Yeah. Which has a complexity of notes in its very beginning that's like, when you listen to it, you're not even like rhythmically into it, because it's completely like complex.
It's like it takes you.
So what is music? Is it supposed to be the experience, or is it supposed to be the pleasing nature of just hearing these notes play out, or is it sort of like this kind of very abstract type art form where it's just the sound innately? Because like there's surrealists that play, like, their whole thing is to not repeat a note until you use the entire scale. So you have to be super complex and like creative to play like completely different melodies, because you can't repeat the notes. But then you have the minimalists that play like one note for 10 hours. So like, are those the same as that? Are those both music?
I think like, as long as you put some effort to like try to make,
as long as it makes you feel something. Isn't that the whole part of art? Like, it makes you feel something.
Yeah, but I feel like music is like, anything could be music.
Yeah, like
that's sonic. Talking can be music.
Okay,
you can have musical quality in your speech.
Okay, but I can go bang on a fucking steel drum like as fast as I fucking can. It's not gonna make you feel shit.
But that's not music.
What
about like a bass drum?
You could do that and then add something else to it, and it would make it music.
Okay, but music is. Would you say music is art?
I most definitely music is art.
Music can be art, but I feel like music is distinct in that the definition, at least what I would give it, is just organized sounds.
Okay, well, in my opinion, I'd say music is art, and inherently art is something that should make you feel something when you're experiencing it.
How about this? When somebody gives you like a speech, like a significant other, they're talking, it's sound, and it makes you feel something. Or you're reading something that means a lot to you, that makes you feel something. And it's like auditory.
Then it's music to your ears?
Is that music? Yeah, the expression is just like, oh, that was music to my ears.
Okay, but so say you go to the art museum, right? And you see a big painting of something, right? Mm-hmm. It's gonna make you feel something, right?
Yeah, but not all paint makes me feel something, or like has the potential to.
Okay, not all paint. Yeah. But most paintings can make you feel something, right?
Yes.
Okay, and if I go look at those same paintings, I might not feel the same thing, but I will feel something, right?
Same thing with music.
So
it's subjective. Anything can be art. Anything can be music.
Because your significant other telling you that speech will mean something to you.
Yeah, but
if that same girl tells me that speech, it's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, so that's where I see the flaw in your question. When you brought up like significant, or like when someone's talking to you, it varies on context.
Because then that's a different type of influence if it's somebody you know.
Yeah, there's more variables.
Well, you got to think about it like just the sound, not like don't attach the significant other. I'm just saying the sound.
But you can't separate that though.
Well, I'm just saying like the sound. It can be anything. Your significant other. You reading something. You hearing something can mean something to you. The same way painting can mean something to you. And then that same sound won't mean anything to me, or it can mean something to me, because it's dependent on like what the medium, the context of the medium. So in that case, music is different from painting, in that music can be any sound that can mean something, and if that's your definition, then literally any sound can be music, but not all paint can necessarily be like a masterpiece artwork or an art piece.
But it is art. Like it might not
paint,
be
like just paint.
No, I'm not talking about just paint. I'm talking about like painting.
But I think that's the difference. Is like music is sound.
Yeah.
Whereas painting or visual arts can be paint, sculpture, or even just in paint, oil, acrylic, watercolor.
Okay, but I'm
or
talking
on paper, canvas.
Okay, but I'm talking about just art pieces in general. It doesn't matter if it's a sculpture. It doesn't matter if it's a painting. It doesn't matter if it's something else, right?
Or music.
It's an art
piece. If it makes you feel something.
Music, right? You can take out all the sounds and break them up, and those alone don't mean anything. But as a
unit,
they do mean something. Just like with painting, if you just have paint, it doesn't mean anything. But if you put it together,
but what gets it to mean something?
No, just the.
I don't. That's a subjective question.
The creative way.
Of course, it's a subjective question.
The creative way that you put them together.
Like Three Blind Mice is just 3 notes.
Yeah.
And okay, like those memes were like Smells Like Teen Spirit. You know the one with the shovel.
Yeah.
Like dung, dung, dung. It's just the sound of a shovel hitting the ground. Why did that mean something to you? And you connected it to Smells Like Teen Spirit when it was just another sound.
It's because the rhythm and then just the way you put it together, right? Like sometimes one shovel sound doesn't mean anything.
But there are pieces that are just one note. That are.
It's just different
music.
rhythms, like.
See what I'm trying to like?
I kind of get it, but like I think you and me are too far apart to like.
Because I feel like with like your analogy with painting, we have to look at like this wall. This wall's painted.
It's just white.
But like there's also white paintings, right, that are considered art. But I feel like it's distinct because there's like very clear boundaries that set apart like a painting artwork from like just paint. Whereas with music, there's no clear like distinction that this sound is music and this other sound or collection of sounds is. Or like is not. Because any sound literally can be music.
I think that's where you and me disagree, so I don't think we're going to find common ground here.
But that's why I'm interviewing you. You're the guest.
Okay. Well, I've given my piece.
That's your whole thing on music?
That's my whole thing right there.
Follow-up question to you, not with the whole what is music, but to the, like, your selection of music.
Wow.
What do you think sort of, like, got you to that specific collection and maybe not something different? Like, but aside from, like...
To be a pompous ass.
No. Like, aside from, like, your background and how you grew up, because that has a lot to do with it.
What drew you to what you listen to now?
Or no, why do you think you listen to, like, that music, like, whatever's on your playlist, but you don't get into maybe something else? Like, what's some type of music that you hate?
That I hate?
Or not hate, but just one that you don't listen to, you're
like you'll listen to it if you have to.
I don't listen to a lot of modern day pop.
Modern day pop. I know, like, that's why I say, like, hate, because a lot of people say they hate country.
No, I don't mind country. I like
country too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I was asking, like, what kind of music. So modern pop is one that you don't tend to listen to.
No, it's too commercial. I'd say like it's music that's like, which is an art form that's being a little too like what's the word, like perverse?
What do you mean? Like in what, are you looking for, like, something that's, like, explicit, or?
No, I don't think it means I think it just means, like...
Like, they're violating the art form a little bit. Like, they're doing it just for the sake of money.
And yeah, exploitative.
Yeah, like...
So it's...
Nah, well...
That's like the most...
Kind of, but like...
overused.
Kind of, but not really. Like, so shit you hear on the radio, right? most of the time it's made just to make
Like
money,
radio
right?
friendly,
Like especially with studio like fucking pressure, they want you to put out so many songs and they expect them to be like top like 10 right on the charts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, and I think it's easier to do that with like modern day pop than like a lot of other genres.
Because I think modern day pop is more like.
Well, can we get like his opinion on this?
What was I saying?
Modern pop, it's more.
Okay,
Commercialized.
now aside from, because those are like very valid reasons to not necessarily like enjoy that type of music, sonically, like say you were completely oblivious to the background behind like modern pop.
No, but I think you hear it and you're like...
Okay, so then that's what I'm trying to get, like, because I also don't like commercial pop. And you know that, even though you know, like, the behind the scenes kind of, like, you know that there's something in the music that also there's, like, that's why you don't listen to it.
Yeah, it's like...
what do you think that is?
I don't know, I think, like, music should have, like, some kind of... Maybe not... I don't know. Like I said, you listen to different music for different set moods, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like with modern day pop, I think it's like... It's very, like, one-dimensional. You get me?
Yeah, like the 4 chords and...
Yeah, it's like... It's the same fucking...
4 chords and maybe, like, a bass.
And like a solid beat.
Yeah, like a kick and a hi-hat.
Yeah, basically.
So then, kind of ironically, if it's like... Couldn't you say that that's kind of like... It's doing its job well... Because it is so popular?
Yeah, it's doing its job well. I'm not going to say it's not. They make millions of fucking dollars, right? Billions of fucking dollars. But, like, it's, like...
You want something else?
So, as music, if it's doing its job well by appealing to, like, the masses, does that mean that there's something in there that's making it really, like, efficient as music?
Yeah, okay,
Could you
but
define that as, like, good music?
No. Efficiency isn't always... Doesn't mean it's good, right? So just because something does the job well...
But it, like, in an artistic endeavor, like... Like, it's, like, okay, so, like... It's, like, as if saying that music has, like, a purpose. And, like, what's the end goal of music, right? And then it does that job well. So, like, what's sort of, like, the end goal of music that, like, pop is trying to get to? Because, like, maybe there's, like, a million different reasons for listening to music. So, like, what is pop's goal? And, like, how does it actually, like, get good at that? Using just, like, 4 chords, a beat. It's like, you know?
Okay, think of it like fucking McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
It tastes good. It's very popular, very successful.
Readily available.
But... It's not good for you, right?
No. So, like, my question would still stand for, like, McDonald's. Like, it seems to be, like, that model seems to be really working, even if it's not good food.
Mm-hmm.
So then what's, like, the sort of end goal that's, like, the measure for, like, its success?
So, like...
Besides, like, money, like, in terms of, like, why is that food so popular?
Because it stimulates you in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Just
so, like,
pop.
what's that end goal? What's that, like, stimulation that it's trying to reach for you to come back and buy more McDonald's?
So you're trying to...
Like, I would figure, like, for food, it would be, like, the satisfaction.
Yeah, just satisfaction.
That grease, the sugar kind of, like, gets your body, like...
Okay,
I just ate a lot.
Like, modern day pop, like, right?
Yeah.
It makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
Like...
But so does, like, other music.
Yeah. But this is doing it in such, like, a...
Cookie cutter way,
yeah.
Could you say, like, maybe it's, like, its end goal is trying to get you to, like... It's, like, the most surface level type of feel good? Like, the dancing kind of, like, feel good? Where, like, it's, like, a surface level, oh, I feel happy now after hearing these 4 chords.
To get you to move.
Yeah.
And it's, like, okay, and then you, like, bop your head to it.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Like, that's its end goal.
Yeah, it's just to get you, like, surface level happy, so you come back for more... And then, like, you hear it on the radio, so you won't change the channel.
So then.
So you come back from fucking work, right?
Yeah.
You had a shit day. The song comes on and like, alright, yeah, it's not so bad.
Like, it feels like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like that.
So then, completely subjective question. What would be your motive for, like, the type of music that you listen to? Like, what do you think that music is trying to do to you so that you can, like, listen to it more?
I'll just make you, like, feel what the artist feels. Like, whether it's good or not.
Like sad music or...
Yeah.
Like, can you name, like, an example of a song that kind of, like, puts you in, like, that headspace?
That puts you like.
Because, like, a lot of people refer to, like,
makes
music as, like, addictive.
Makes me sad or just any...
Oh, no. Just, like, it does its job well, but not, like, in the same way pop does. So, like, in your opinion, good music that's also good at its job.
That's not cookie cutter.
Okay, I'll go back to... What was it, like 96? Fucking Ice Cube. Fucking Today Was a Good Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel happy. It does basically what modern day pop does, right? But it adds some like fucking... It adds his perspective to it, right? Like, he didn't have to deal with no gangbangers. He didn't have to deal with no cops. He fucked a bitch, right?
Yeah.
He got high with the homies. He went to go shoot craps. He went to fucking play ball. He fucking kicked ass at the courts, right? Like, you may not do all those things, right? You don't have to worry about the cops fucking pulling you over. You don't got to worry about gangbangers coming out. You may not go play basketball with the homies and not care about it that much, right?
Yeah.
But you can apply that to your life and
You can
know
relate
that
to
it was a good day, but with like take out those specific examples and then stick yours in there, right?
Okay.
So you're saying like not the lyrics themselves aren't exactly what you're going through, but the scenario that the whatever music you're listening to, it resonates with you.
Yes.
So in that particular case, that experience is sort of like lyric based. Like it's more lyric focused.
Yeah.
Like, the experience listening to.
You've heard the song, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. So like, because if you listen to it, like the beat, and you could even say Ice Cube already at the time was like this, like star. So the song was potentially also a pop song.
No, I know, because by then he already got past NWA and he was on his way to sell out. Where a lot of people would say he sold out.
Yeah.
But like, that's a song that you can not directly relate to,
but it still resonates.
Yeah.
You still feel something like
you guys, like, I don't know what you guys deal with on the day-to-day that you guys have to like, that are like inconveniences for you. Like, think of a good day for you, right? Where nothing bad happens to you that usually would. And, the little things that you're going through are really good for you that day. That song resonates with you because those things that's like a normal day for me.
So something you can relate to.
Yeah.
You know what that song makes me think about? Like even if I have a bad day, like it makes me realize that it's not so bad. So like, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like,
no, I get that.
Like,
but I think
I might not be like in the same like emotional state or whatever, but like I listen to it and I'm like, oh, it wasn't such a bad day.
Yeah, or like when you're having a really good day.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, like you listen to that and that song comes on and you're like, fucking today was a good day.
It's quite literal.
Yeah, today was a fucking good day.
Could that not be argued as sort of surface level?
No, it could, but like also like the day-to-day bullshit that you have to go through as like a regular fucking human being, not a fucking Ice Cube character, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so you're saying like because it's regular at a time when like Ice Cube was already living a lifestyle that like none of us could live, that's what sort of like made it resonate.
Okay, but you look at Ice Cube back then and he, like, sure he was like pretty rich, but like he was still like,
he was still one of us.
Not one of us. He was still
going
part of his own world, right? Like he never he never forgot.
When was that song released?
96, I think.
Yeah, that's like 10 years after NWA.
No, NWA was like 89.
89. I thought it was 87.
I think it was 89.
Well, still close to.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
So still a while, like after like his already kind of like his stardom.
Oh, that's just like the one example. I'm sure there are others.
Are there others for you? Like other songs you want to like get into?
That I can like off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or look through your playlist.
that you can listen to right now and like you can relate to it.
Well, not that you can relate to it, just like
You can relate
an
to
analysis for like a song that you listen to. Just kind of like, what does that song do for you? Because we all listen to different types of songs.
Okay,
different
but if you want to like,
yeah, but even
if you want to bring in the artist's like fucking celebrity status at the time, I feel like every song would like, unless you want to be one of those fucking assholes like, oh, I only listen to indie, I listen to underground.
I feel like
these guys, oh, you wouldn't have heard of them. They're underground.
The only way you could be like truly out of the pop scene is if you only listen to indie that's current. Because if you think about it, over time, those current indie singers are just gonna like vanish into obscurity, and nobody will know about them because they were indie, right? They were never in the pop sphere. So if you were one of those assholes that like says, "Oh, I only listen to like when music was good,"
Yeah,
and then goes back in time and listens to like 70s or like the Beatles and shit. The Beatles were all pop, like they were the pop scene at the time. Or like if you go to like to the 80s and
Michael
listen
Jackson
to like
and all that.
yeah, or not even Michael Jackson, but like a rock scene like Led Zeppelin or Iron Maiden. As much as people love to think that they're like punk and against the establishment, maybe like their personalities, but the music itself was pop, dude. Everybody was listening to them. So
with stuff like that, I think you have to have like a little flex with it. It's like the only reason you heard it mostly was because it was successful, right?
that's what I'm saying. Like, cause like indie from the time, from like when Iron Maiden was big.
You wouldn't ever be able to find it.
Yeah, now because nobody logged it, nobody like knew
Cassettes
about it.
Like sure, maybe now it's a little easier. You got like Spotify and anyone can like put their shit on there.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have like a little flex with it, right? Unless you want to be one of those assholes. That's like, oh, on Spotify. Well, they're not on Spotify. They have their own website.
Like yeah, and then 10 years from now, nobody's gonna know who the fuck they are anyway.
Yeah, so with that, you gotta have like a little flex. So you want to bring up Ice Cube's fucking success at the time, like
no, yeah, that's why I'm bringing that up is like.
So that's where the flex has to come in.
Yeah, I think the time frame is like very important because like with Ice Cube at the time, like I said, like he was already kind of wealthy, and at the time it was pop. Maybe older songs aren't pop now,
but they were at some point.
Well, they were at some point, but what I'm saying is like it's okay to sort of have like a nuanced opinion on an older song because now it's not pop.
Yeah, like it also has to do a lot with the topics that are mentioned like in the song. Like they might not be as relevant. Like
yeah, but
to, like,
that could kind of help it give its like sort of cult
like,
status.
It gives it like a new perspective. Fucking,
yeah,
like,
so if you're like somebody who like says, you know, oh, I have better taste in music, right? And then you bring up the Beatles, the argument could be made against you as like saying, oh, well, the Beatles were pop, right? But you could probably counter that argument and say, well, they were pop, but not anymore. Nobody listens to everybody knows who the Beatles are. But like, you get me? Like, you can pick an older band because now their relevancy like is like.
Oh, but then also
it's diminished.
But then also you're gonna be one of those dicks. There's like,
yeah.
Oh, I was born in the wrong era, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you like hit a roadblock, and to everybody, I kind of say like, if you study like even like first year music theory, you'll know that all of it's kind of bullshit. Like, all of it. Like literally, there's no like.
Yeah, but that's where the subjectivity comes in, and you gotta kind of not care a little bit. Right.
You gotta have an open mind.
And then plus those are fucking people I hate, the ones that are like, oh, I was born in the wrong era. Your music is fucking
so
like I hate
bro.
those fucks.
Yeah, because like
there's good music
now.
All the time.
Like, literally...
There's never been an era where there hasn't been good music.
Or bad music, like if you really want to do the whole subjectivity thing.
Yeah.
Like, because there's people who love pop music, and that's okay. Like,
I won't shit on people for their music taste. I never will.
yeah.
I never will. Because I know how...
You wanna retract that statement?
What?
He never said anything bad about pop music. He said he just doesn't listen to it.
He said he won't judge anybody about their taste in music. All of fucking high school, you son of a bitch.
But
shit
that was
on my
high
music
school,
taste.
dude.
Because I like to shit on you because it's funny. Alright?
I mean...
This man's like, nah, dude, Fall Out Boy shit. Fucking starts liking a song with Fall Out Boy, and he's like, nah, dog, I don't like it because of Fall Out Boy.
I think it's because you are the type of person that have, like, a very niche taste in music. And then
like, rub
really
it in your
take it to
face.
heart. Like, really, like...
But I don't think I have, like, a niche taste in music. I kind of listen to everything.
You do. Like, you listen to anything. Everybody listens to anything. You go to a mall and you hear, like, some
I would think
random
of your music taste in
like,
contrast to, like, the rest of the group's music
yeah, like, you gotta look at, like, your Spotify playlist and really see, like, this is what I listen to daily. And it's, like, very niche.
And then look at what Tony listens to, look at what I listen to. They might be similar. Like, mine and his might be more similar than mine is to yours.
Oh, no, most definitely. Because all you listen to is rap.
No, definitely not.
Like, if you made that generalization about him, you could, like, easily generalize
Or
that. I'm like, all I listen to is, like, folk.
Mostly
That's, like, completely different. But I think what he's saying is, like, the level of diversity in our music taste would find more common ground between ours than it would with yours.
Yeah. I feel like
Because
I listen to a lot of the shit you listen to.
You listen to a lot, but, like, I feel like yours is more focused. Like, it's not as out-branching. So, like, you'll listen to, like, even if you're, like, in different genres, like, say you listen to, like, a country song, it's, like, country that still has, like, that flavor, that spice from, like, that specific niche. Like, Noah Gunderson, he's country, but he still has, like, that edge.
He's got that, like... He's got that, like, edge...
Like that,
edgy,
Fall Out Boy
folky...
voice kind of, like...
No.
Yes, he does,
no,
dude.
He doesn't. Dude, have you seen, like...
Say something awful. Like, he has, like, that Blink-182 fucking...
Oh, like early 2000s.
Yeah. Like that. Like, really...
like kind of...
Where they pronounce their R's, like, super hard. Where are you? Like, that kind of fucking thing. Like...
He got it. He was perfect.
Like, that's kind of like... So, even if you go into country, you're gonna find a vocalist that has that. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think,
you just have a preference to...
Yeah, like your ear hears that and it, like, clicks.
It gravitates
like,
to
this.
it, like...
Yeah.
So that's what he's saying, that you're...
I think that's probably why you like MGK, but maybe like, J. Cole, but maybe you don't gravitate towards, like, even Hobson has, like, that sort of, like, same edgy type voice.
Yeah, very edge.
As opposed to maybe, like
Joey Badass or fucking...
Or even old school fucking rappers.
Yeah.
Like, you don't listen to, like, old school gangster rap.
I do every now and then. It's just not...
Oh, you're not...
Always.
You're
So
not
that's what I'm saying, like, we all listen to, like, a few songs every now and then. But
yeah, but
like,
you're not listening to, like, fucking...
like, their whole, like...
Tribe Called Quest or fucking... Eric B. and Rakim.
West Coast Connection.
Yeah, West Coast Connection.
That type of shit. But...
It's... Like, I'm saying, like, I'll never shit on you for your music taste. Like, I will, but, like, in a jokingly way.
It's just fun, too, because yours is so, like, focused.
Yes.
So, like, you know what to pick on, and
so
it'll
niche.
get you, like, ah,
Yeah,
you
so
know?
you're so niche and focused, and it's, like...
Like, because for us, I feel like we have songs that, like, if you shit on them, we're gonna get, like, really offended. But we have such a broader reach of music that's, like, you know what? Fuck you for making fun of that song. I have other songs I can listen to.
I shit on one of your songs, it's like I'm shitting on all of them.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
Are you saying that I listen to Nickelback, bro? Because all their songs sound exactly the fucking same.
Hey, Nickelback ain't that bad.
They're not, but, like, most of their songs are, like, pretty similar, bro.
I think, like, that's the weird thing with, like, music is, like, because there's, like, studies where it says, like, the music you listen to will very rarely, like, change drastically because it's mostly music that appealed to you when you were, like 14.
Yeah.
No,
like,
that's bullshit, because when I was 14, I was, like, a Stark Eminem fan, now I hate him.
Okay, but you still listen to like rap, especially rap from the 90s.
90s,
80s.
late 80s.
So still in that sort of grouping, even if you hate like a specific artist.
But even now, I won't listen to like almost any Eminem song, even the ones that I liked before.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't like Eminem, but you're still kind of like in that general.
Like it's influenced you
like,
enough to where like
Well, I'll keep in that.
you'll keep in that like
yeah, like
area.
even if you find a completely new song from the year like 2031,
it might have like
it's gonna have something in common with whatever you listen to.
some semblance of what you
14.
listen to.
All right, I can see that then.
Yeah, you're gonna have diverse music. It's just like science can point to like exactly why this song, even if it's completely different from Ice Cube, why that song appealed to you, and they'll be like, it's because of this sort of tonality or whatever. This timbre is what caused you to like this song. It's kind of like it's kind of creepy, and they're like, did you listen to this artist when you were 14? Yes, that's why you like this song. It's like, oh fuck, exposed, dog.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody's a little bit embarrassed about their 14-year-old.
Oh yeah,
playlist.
most definitely, bro.
But what's weird is, like, I used to hate... Here's the weird thing. Like, until today, like, I always cringed at, like, the early 2000s. Like, the fashion. Like, all I can imagine from the early 2000s. Like, I remember...
Baggy-ass clothes.
Yeah, like, I remember it, like, very vividly. But the way I would summarize
Husky
it
sizes.
is All-Star by fucking...
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth. That's the early 2000s.
Even the
me.
hair, dude.
Yeah.
Spiked
Yes.
up gel. And...
So I used to always cringe when I thought about, like, the 2000s. And then I started watching, like, iCarly just came out on Netflix. And then Wizards of Waverly Place is on Disney. And I was just like, fuck it. I'll, like, see what I used to watch when I was, like, 7.
Yeah, but like you go back to it and it's that
And, like, I
nostalgia
got
factor.
so fucking, like, not emotional, like, physically, but just, like, I like the 2000s. I remember all that
Okay,
shit.
but
like,
you
Yeah,
like...
but that's but
like,
yeah,
I
that's-
remembered going to school, and, yeah, that's nostalgia.
But
that's
you
what I'm saying,
associate
like,
the feeling, though.
Yeah.
Like, you
So-
may not, like it visually or, like, auditorily, but, like, the feeling you had, like...
when you're watching.
like we were talking about in Applebee's, like, we had zero responsibilities. We had nothing to fucking worry about. Like, we could fucking go a whole week without with having zero money in our wallet.
pocket, and then we'd be perfectly fine.
It would be fine. But, like, now, if I have less than, $100, I'm shitting my pants, even though payday's in, like, 2 days.
So even, like, if I think not objectively, but, like, in my more nuanced opinion, I think, like, early 2000s aesthetics suck.
The aesthetic was terrible.
Yeah,
I
I'm
still
still
think it
probably gonna
sucks.
gravitate to it, like, subconsciously.
Because it's familiar to you and it's happier.
Exactly. So I think that's, like, our whole thing with, like, music.
So are
is,
you
like,
saying you're gonna go to a thrift store and buy all the husky jorts you can find?
No, but I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, furniture or
Oh no, most definitely.
technology, like, we're probably, as we get older, we're less and less inclined to get, like, whatever
Newer stuff,
new
yeah.
fucking 8K semi-holographic TV that's gonna come out and just settle for, like, a projector in our attic or something. You get me? Like, just because that's what we grew up with.
Oh, fuck that. If I don't care if I'm like 50, I'm still gonna get like the fucking latest like VR technology.
Dude, Devin's gonna be that 180-year-old
virtual
dude.
bitches.
My wife won't fuck me. Shit.
Put on the goggles, boys.
Devin's gonna
We're
be
going into what's the fucking thing from Ready Player One?
the Oasis.
We're going to
Go
the
to the
Oasis today.
to see the bitches.
You, as soon as you log in, where the bitch is at.
Dude, real talk, I think my favorite moment in that movie was when fucking that one redheaded chick was Goro.
I never saw the movie.
Really? Dude, you saw it, right? Like
Fuck
that fuck it, he's probably gonna watch it. Goro, and then the fucking the chest burster comes out. I was like, oh my god.
I think what sort of like didn't lend a hand to. Like, I'm okay with movies having references, and honestly, the whole Ready Player One thing, I knew it was gonna have a lot of references, and I'm okay with that. Like, that would have been super cool. I think the references just didn't make sense. Like,
What do you mean?
Like it's just there just for the sake that it's there.
no,
Well, I
I
mean,
think they
it's-
were just outdated. Like, one, they were already outdated for when the movie came out.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I know a lot of people like Back to the Future, like the DeLorean or like the Iron Giant or stuff like that. But this was set in 2040. who the fuck is gonna be talking about the Iron Giant? Like maybe
Old people.
like I feel like those were references that were already kind of aged, like in 2006.
Yeah,
you know?
like plot wise, the references weren't very good. Like if they had just fucking changed reality to where we had more advanced technology by the time we got to like.
But you gotta think of how hard that is as a movie studio, because like it
Your
takes
references are gonna get dated.
yeah,
so
no matter
fast.
how far.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should have just gone with more timeless.
Dude, how much money did they pay?
Like,
Cause like I know they were cashing in on like the '80s nostalgia when it came out. That's why everybody was like, "Oh look."
yeah, what's up with all the
DeLorean."
what's up with all the movies cashing in on the '80s nostalgia now?
I think the general consensus is that generational nostalgia happens like every 30 years. So like in the '80s, that's why when Back to the Future came out, he went back to the '50s. 'Cause 30 years before, people were nostalgic in the '80s for the '50s.
Okay.
And so in like the 2000s to like 2010s, people were nostalgic for the '80s. And now we're hitting the 2020s, guys. So we're gonna start seeing like a
The 90s.
trend to the '90s and the 2000s.
Okay, but like it seems like there was a lot of resurgence for the '80s, like in the past like 3 years. I mean, look, fucking Wonder Woman, fucking
1983.
Yeah, everything's based in the fucking '80s. I think it's because we don't realize it because it doesn't feel like it to us. But
Like the older generation, they're like, fuck.
if you think about it, there was a lot of movies in the '90s based in the '50s.
That is very true.
So like the '80s are as far away to us now as the '50s were.
Where to
then.
the 80s?
So the '80s are our new '50s.
Fuck,
you know.
dude.
shit.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of like fucking crazy. What's even crazier now is like in 10 years when we start seeing like there's already a few, but they feel so familiar to us that like we don't realize it. Like, have you seen Lady Bird?
No.
It's set in
Which one?
2003. It's just about a girl like in high school trying to like survive her senior year. It's like a really good like indie movie, but it's set in 2003.
That's weird.
So when you see it, it's familiar enough because like you lived it. But then you start seeing like little things. It's like, oh, we don't do that anymore. Like that's completely different. Like she had to like do a paper application for college, and then she got her acceptance letter and her financial aid all in paper, and then she had to go mail it. And it's like, we
Damn.
can still do that, and I
do that shit-
remember
I do
doing
shit
that.
in the fucking
but it's
'80s.
all
I do
online
I
now,
do that
dude.
shit online, bro.
So it's gonna be really creepy in like 10 years when movies start getting based in the 2000s.
Dude.
You're like, fuck,
Dude.
I lived through that, but
Dude.
like,
I'm waiting for
MP3s,
so
dog.
different.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for all
dude.
the Minecraft movies to come out, bro. Fucking
No, if they haven't come out now,
It's too late.
I think Minecraft's just gonna turn into like, Minecraft was our DeLorean. So like in like 15 years, they're gonna be making movies where like the references, the retro reference is like Minecraft blocks.
hey man.
No,
Ready Player
no.
120 like is gonna have like a reference to.
Our DeLorean is the
Mine.
the Cybertruck, dog.
I mean,
It
it hasn't
is-
come out yet, so.
There's still pre-orders.
I'm talking
for it.
about like us 2000s to
Oh, okay.
2010s kids.
So.
Like
Damn, bro.
Minecraft was that iconic, dude.
Dude, that's when YouTube Rewind started, bro.
Fuck you, two rewind.
Bullshit, dude. It's
Yeah,
just
like-
all the,
like
the
it-
biggest YouTubers just kind of like jerking themselves
Yeah.
off.
Well,
like-
now it is. Fucking.
Even when it started, dude. Let's be honest.
It's always been a circle jerk.
Dude, there used to be fucking YouTube awards, and remember when like the most subscribed YouTuber was Fred, and he only had like 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, I remember when like 1 million subscribers meant like you fucking made it. But like if you have 1 million
Now
right
it's
now,
just like
the
the average. Everybody's got like.
it's like if you don't have 1 million
subscribers.
right now, you're nothing.
You're literally nothing. But
Right.
even if you have 1 million,
You're
still
just
kind of
you're
nothing.
just like a regular guy.
Yeah, you're just a YouTuber.
Like, you
an
need-
office worker.
You need like 40 plus million.
Oh, for sure. And like rarely do they get to that. I think to have like a good establishment is like 8 million subscribers. Cuz you're averaging like a good like stable
That's
kinda, like-
livable.
yeah, like Vsauce fucking has 8 million.
Hey, Vsauce.
The Do has like 4
The,
million.
the guitar guy?
Yeah.
On
So
Call of Duty fucking Black Ops 2?
yeah, it's fucking hilarious, dude. But if you have 1 million, you're just kind of like low tier YouTuber.
Yeah, you're like
It's like,
you could live off of it if you have like a Twitch fucking stream and you promote that.
dude, Twitch fucking pays with
It
small
does.
audiences.
It
But you
does.
kind of have to
You
have
have to run
content.
ads and all that.
Oh yeah, but you have to have content.
You have to have those ad pauses like during streams.
If you really want to run them, or else you can just live off
Well, I
donations.
mean, but that's
and
all.
subs.
But like, if you already do that, that's extra money. Like for.
I just think of how like sustainable that is. Like that can't like you have to have like a fucking a next step, right? Like you can't be that fucking 50-year-old guy still doing Twitch streams.
See, dude,
It depends on how you use it. Because there's, like, political commentators that literally use it as, like, their own radio show. So, I feel like at that point, that's an easy transition. Like, if Twitch goes, like, dead, you can just use that same format on your own website or, like, somewhere else. You get me? Like, just jump to YouTube.
Oh, but, like, as a gaming fucking
But, yeah,
Twitch
like,
streamer.
the gaming streamers, I
yeah,
don't know,
dude, like...
you have to have a
That was, like, my dream
right?
job when I was
I
little.
hope. I think a lot of them just, like, post highlights to YouTube, and that's, like, their second...
Yeah. Like source of income.
If Twitch goes dead, they would just convert the highlight channel to like their main channel or something.
But even then, like you gotta think like, am I still gonna be posting fucking 360 fucking no scopes when I'm 50?
Yeah. I think the best people at it are the ones that can really like convert to
a different
format. Like what's best for that format? Because like YouTube is a completely different format from Twitch. Because like YouTube is long form, but still not extended form. Like you can post like a 20-minute video and it's okay. But Twitch is like 3 to 4 hours of streaming. And so like they're a little different. But then YouTube is long form compared to like TikTok, which is completely short form. So like, I think the best, more successful people are like the ones that can jump.
Like I'm wondering what your so say you're doing Twitch full time, right?
Like what's your end goal?
Like you're a gaming Twitch streamer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like what, 20, 22?
Yeah.
There is people that are kind of like pretty successful streamers, but they're like a lot older too, so.
I want to say like there's like a threshold of coolness. And I want to say you can like head into your like maybe your late 30s
and still
be
like,
cool.
You can, right? But
like there are those.
But I mean, so are people still gonna be watching you after you pass that threshold? And if they don't, you're like, fuck, I'm 10 years deep in this and I have zero marketable skills.
Yeah, I think it just depends on like the trend of the platform. Like, cause right now those same 30-something-year-olds are cool now because Twitch is cool now. But like, yeah, in like 15 years, Twitch is gonna be ancient in internet years, and like, it's like saying like you were cool in a chat room or like a
on
a forum.
You're
way back when
Discord mod.
Yeah, like way back in when it was still new, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. But now those fucking sites are ancient.
I feel like that's gonna be you, Devin, in like 10 years.
Grooming kids?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
If you look at the three of us, if you physically look at the three of us,
Oh shit.
You look like the child rapist.
I say I'm the.
He looks like the child rapist.
I say I'm okay. You.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna.
Say some dumb shit. Then.
I'm not gonna say which one of y'all would be the one grooming kids or diddling them. I'm just saying it's not gonna be me.
It's not gonna be me either, son.
Can we just say like none of us are fucking diddling?
No,
kids?
I'm not saying we're gonna. The likelihood.
I'm imagining like those what are the fucking, there's a specific name for all the memes that are like hand drawn, like the yes dear, those types of.
Oh, Wojak?
Huh?
The Wojaks?
Wojak, there you go. Yeah. I'm imagining like the fat one with glasses and like, you know, that's why I'm like saying like I feel like we.
Just because I'm visually impaired, you sons of bitches.
That's because you fit the bill.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
a lot of if you were, like, saying, you know, fucking 7 years, you're 28, and you told me you fucked a 16-year-old, I would not. My first question would not be, dude, you're fucking with me, right? Like,
bro, I fucked a 16-year-old. When I was 16,
we all know you didn't tell me.
But unironically, but like,
You're such a dick. See, I'm not the only one that gets it.
No, I know. But I didn't mean me.
That was
But like,
that's low hanging fruit.
It's fucking.
no, I know it was easy to reach. But like, this man's, you would believe it
if he
told you?
if he told me he molested a kid.
What the fuck? No, motherfucker.
Oh, maybe
Well,
not,
that's what you were saying.
Maybe
like,
not a kid, maybe not a 16-year-old.
No, but I'm saying like that. That's why I like said that, because it's like he could bring that up and be like, yeah, I fucked a 16-year-old when I was 16. Like, you get me? Like, it would have to be like if he told you, like, in confidence, like, bro, I'm kind of worried because
I would believe it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, out of everybody in the group, me.
I'm talking about the three of us here.
Oh, okay. I was about to say like.
Wait,
That-
who's a higher risk than? Who do you think is a higher risk?
Oh yeah.
Do you know exactly what I'm thinking about?
We talking about our fat friend?
Yes.
No.
He's done it.
Okay, but that was flirting with the line there a little bit.
I think it's safe to say that with like all of our
I don't-
lifestyles, our
I
personalities,
don't think anybody.
we're
would.
very far from like being that.
As a whole, yes. But I'm just saying, like, if we
But, like,
I
had
think
to,
we're just going by like the stereotype of like the visual
No.
stereotype.
no, I'm just saying if we had to
Because, like-
choose one of the people in the group, if like I'm not saying it would happen or I'm not saying it's likely to happen. I'm just saying if I had to choose,
If you had
You would
if you were
pick me?
absolutely forced.
You would pick
Twist.
me, you motherfucker. Have you met our friends, you son of a bitch?
oh, we'll go.
We're not, I don't think we're going by personality.
Let's
though,
go down the
because
line then. All right,
We're very far from like
actually doing
Wait,
something. like that.
are we legitimately just talking about like visually, like
visually. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was saying. Just like the glasses and the
beard.
just the glasses? You
no, and the
motherfucker?
patchy beard and the overweightness. Like if
Bitch,
I
you're just
had
missing the glasses.
exactly, if I had glasses, we would kind of like
Yeah,
we would
it'd be
kinda
a
agree that
tie
it was-
between you.
yeah.
Man,
Because I'm
that's some
overweight,
bullshit.
patchy beard.
I'm naturally selected because I'm visually impaired.
Yeah.
You have
That's
one
just
you
the
have one more
stereotype.
factor than he does, and that's
Exactly.
that's the
why
only reason you're
like
over the
the
line.
closest.
Damn, I look like a Lester the molester.
I mean, a little bit.
You're still far from it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not. I'm
No,
not saying you're
No,
good.
you're saying out of the three of us and out of the group, you're the closest, but you're still far.
Yeah, you're so far. The bar is still very far.
I just
below
want you both to know that I'm offended.
We're trying to
That
like
offends you?
You're
Out of
trying to help
everything
him
I've said.
out.
Out of everything I've fucking said.
This man's made fun of like everything about you and just like, no, I wear glasses.
You getting mad at me?
But like, yeah, I'm just going off of like
Visually?
I don't know what, like, were you just going off visually? Or
Yeah, I
were you,
was
like,
just going visually.
okay.
If you want to
Don't
get
get
it,
offended.
if
by
you want to get in, if you want to get into
personality.
like behavioral or personalities,
I feel like it's like
I don't think any one of us like.
no.
no, I don't think so. I don't think
we
any.
didn't have like bad childhoods. We have support amongst each other.
We're never sexual degenerates. Well, Apple's a
We're
little
not.
bit, but not. He wouldn't seek that low.
What's the definition of like a sexual deviant, and would apples fit that? Because I don't want to get into like
Sexual
sexual
deviant is like super taboo. Like
Okay.
Apples is like into taboo shit, but like
But
it's normal taboo.
I wouldn't call him a sexual deviant.
like sexual deviant can have like that legal definition
like-
of like you're already doing something illegal,
yeah,
like sex with underage people. You know, like he's definitely not that.
Yeah,
But like
I think we have to make that clear. He's not a child molester.
he's not. But he likes, taboo sexual stuff. So what would you sort of call
Well,
like?
I wouldn't really call it taboo anymore. Like
It's pretty.
technically,
Technically, it is.
Back in the day, it was taboo.
Okay,
like,
back in the day, everything was fucking taboo, right?
Anything other than missionary. Was
Yeah,
taboo.
if you did doggy, you're a fucking whore.
If you gave head, you're a whore.
Yeah, if you sucked your fucking husband's dick,
you're a whore.
you're a whore, and you're getting.
Well, not anymore.
But he beat you for overcooking the lasagna. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
Fucking tuna casserole again. Start swinging.
but
let's stray away from the.
yeah, let's not get into that. What would you categorize apples? Because like, yeah, you're right. Like maybe a few
He's
years ago,
promiscuous.
it was like.
No, not promiscuous.
Because a few years ago, some
don't
of the
think I'm
stuff
using
he
that
was
word
into
correctly.
was kind of
Yeah.
like, whoa. But now that you think about it, it's like,
He's
or maybe we're just more aware and tolerant of it. that is not as taboo to us, maybe?
It's not that much of a
He's
big deal to us.
He's scared some bitches with things he's into.
That's why.
So maybe that's the second one.
Maybe it's just we kind of like...
We're too exposed to him, so we just
We're just
take
like,
it as
oh,
one.
okay.
Like, oh yeah, it's just him.
You like to do what? Oh.
Dude, that's... you don't put what in my ass?
As I sleep.
Devin, I just want you to know that if Apples rapes anybody, you're gonna be the most likely victim.
Why would Devin be the most likely victim, though?
No, we've had
this conversation.
On the podcast?
Yes, we
Apples,
true.
Apples is in love with Devin. He said he'd eat you, given the chance.
But like that's just because I'm like the prettiest guy in the group. That's like,
The prettiest guy, bro?
yeah, prettiest. It's a low bar.
It's like that fucking conversation in Horrible Bosses with like Jason Bateman and Jason Sudeikis, and they're like both waiting for the other dude.
The
and
dentist?
they're just like, yeah, and then they're just like, would I get raped in prison? I don't know if you'd get raped in prison. They had like this whole fucking conversation.
No, I would definitely get
either one.
I
raped.
would definitely get raped in prison.
I feel like they go for like weak, vulnerable people. So I want to say all of us would probably get raped in prison.
Probably.
We're not like the hardest.
Guys, if we ever go to prison together, stick together at all times.
Why? So it could be a fucking all.
Yeah, we would all get fucking raped at the same time.
You're gonna be my accountability buddy.
Jesus.
I mean, at least I work out a little bit. You guys.
Yeah, we're not. We not top dogs, my guy. We're not apex. We're not alphas.
Like I'll fight a little, I'll still lose, but.
Like,
just don't do nothing bad and you don't go to prison, bro. That's all you gotta do.
Just don't commit income tax fraud and you'll be okay.
Fuck.
But nah, Apple's. I don't want to expose him.
No, let's not. He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So let's not.
Okay. So that we can talk about him indirectly.
So,
what kind of
hypothetical.
practices? What kind of practices would you sort of like consider taboo? Ooh, okay. I'm trying to figure out an interesting question here. What sort of practices are taboo now that maybe have the potential to not be taboo later?
Okay, well, shitting on chests.
Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no.
I think are always gonna be taboo.
Yeah,
Getting
there's some
shit
that
or
you know
pissed
are
on-
like always gonna be
Getting
weird.
shit pissed on or vomited on, I think, are always gonna
but
be taboo.
which ones are not gonna be taboo in the future, but are taboo? Like we just joked around about like anything other than missionary was taboo back then. But now there's stuff that
Well,
isn't
okay.
taboo now.
First, I need to know like the list of taboo things that are taboo now.
You want me to print one out for you? Like,
Fucking Google.
You know,
it, bro.
I think we
pull
should
one out
save
of
this
my
conversation
ass.
for Apples because he's more versed in this.
Hey, no. He's
He's just
he's more willing to talk about it.
Freak.
he's more willing to talk about it than we are to talk about him.
What?
I don't mind talking about it. Just I don't know.
Like I'm not Apple, so I can't speak
You're
for
right.
him.
You're right. Like
I'm a virgin.
a good Christian virgin.
I've never fucked once.
I'm not married, so I don't have sex.
All right, Tony, take us in a
Abstain.
different direction. All right, you said you want spice. You said you want deep. You said you want intellectual.
Intellectual.
I mean, maybe not intellectual. Maybe it could be.
I was gonna say intellectual can already like go into politics, but you said you don't want to go into politics.
And I didn't say I didn't want to. We can if you want, but
Do you want to go into politics?
well, it's your show.
I feel like I'll take it into there, but like I need your consent, just because you're our guest.
You know I don't give a fuck.
Okay. All right.
We had this conversation earlier. I'm opinionated. All right, I will defend.
Boys, I will label this
Whenever
the
Devin's
greatest
on the
debate
podcast,
on our show.
whenever Devin's on the podcast, politics.
No, the other time. No, the first two episodes we didn't talk about. I was too fucked up.
What do you mean?
This man's
fucking
Like looking into the fucking car window.
Well, if you listen to the first episode and you listen to this episode, two different fucking people.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. We can go into politics.
No, what wasn't the first episode the one that Tony's like, so what's your stance on immigration? And like,
Yeah, but he was too fucked up.
Yeah, I was
so,
too fucked up to answer, so
No,
he
no,
He
took
went
it.
full like
yeah,
the
so
window
he
shut down.
he couldn't answer. I was expecting him to answer. You just look at me. What about you? I'm like,
No, because you never fucking say anything.
Laura.
What?
I'm gonna need your help. If me and him get into a debate,
All right.
The baby.
I'm just gonna need you to not interject. Can you do that?
Can I ask questions?
Yes.
Okay.
During pauses.
And
I feel like those pauses are gonna be few and in between.
I feel like we're civilized enough to not argue. So like I don't think we need a moderator.
I wouldn't argue with you.
Yeah.
I'll argue with like
I feel like
retards.
Elian would be very argumentative.
No, Elian's actually very intelligent when it comes to arguments.
No, I know, but like argumentative and like debate lord type of like.
Have you seen him?
He wants to win.
Have you seen him in the fucking comments of his?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like he already has his talking points ready, and he just wants to like beat you, even if like
Dude,
later on he figures out he's wrong. Like in the moment, he just
No, he'll beat the shit out of you with it.
Yeah, so like he wants to just.
Which I love. It's a show.
Dude, it's so fucking entertaining.
I love it. Like, did you see that one where?
I wanted to reply to him so bad because like today he posted that one video. Is like. It was like people are so soft now they get offended by this, and it's like the Mr. Potato Head thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna reply to him like, "Oh, people are so soft now that they're getting mad that they made a potato gender neutral." Because the argument could be made the same about him. Why are you getting mad that his gender? It's a fucking potato. Like, it's a potato.
But I feel like the reasoning behind it was
Dumb.
yeah.
Like
Whatever.
But it's a potato. Fuck it. You know, like.
Oh, it's not just the potatoes. Like it's a theme. You know. Whatever. We'll get into it.
Well, that's the politics.
Whatever.
That's the politics. Okay, so yeah, have we all sort of like agreed to the rules?
all right. I will adhere to your code of conduct.
And I will not fight you.
Okay, as long as we agree.
Verbally, he's gonna throw hands as fuck.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like throwing fucking talking points while you just hear.
That's that bitch.
Where should we start?
Oh, you're the fucking scholar, aren't you?
I am a scholar. I'm just saying there's a bunch of places we can start.
Throw a fucking.
I got a question.
Okay. Well, there you go. Fucking question
What?
in the audience.
Okay.
The monkey.
Return to monkey.
What's
Topics of the century.
Amprim. Fuck yeah.
what's your
Should
opinion
we go back to
on-
monkey?
on fucking Ted Cruz just dipping taxes when everything was happening, like the whole Blizzard shit.
We had this at fucking the sushi place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We
You
didn't
want
record it,
to go over it again, or do you want to like?
We didn't. It's not on the show.
Okay. Well, are you asking me or him?
Both of you. But
You want to start?
your guess, so you start.
I mean, it's a bad look. I will admit that. It's a very bad look. Especially when you got, like, other people, like, that were, like, helping out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad look. Not gonna lie. Dumb idea. But.
I knew it. I was waiting for it. I was like, I agree with this.
You
Devin-
knew my fucking...
Devin always plays both sides, bro.
No,
I think he's just honest about, like the situation.
Yeah, like, I could...
He's not going to be one of those fuckers that's like, you know what, bro? Ted Cruz is a fucking god. I love it.
Yeah.
And I love Daddy Trump. You know,
He's
like,
the Zodiac killer.
Oh, I love the Texas Ted fucking memes too.
why does that
Jesus
sound
Christ.
so fucking bad?
That'll Texas Ted.
Anyway.
But him as a senator, I feel like the whole fucking running Texas and managing all the shit that was going on should fall more to the governor than it would the senator. Like under official duties.
Sure.
But I feel
stuff he
like
could've
he
done.
should. Yeah, he could have done.
What do you think about his defense, though?
What was his defense? I didn't hear about that.
Well, he had like multiple. Like the first one was like there was nothing he could do anyway, and like two, he was like helping out his like girls, and then
Was he actually helping out his girls?
No, like
No, they were.
Do you know what happened? Like legitimately, what happened?
Didn't he go to like Cancun?
Yeah, like so right, but like the weather forecast, like they already knew that shit was gonna go down.
Oh shit, motherfucker! Wouldn't you go to Cancun? With me?
And he bought
But we're
plane
not
tickets.
senators.
He bought plane tickets, round trip. But when he was supposed to get back, it was supposed to be 7 days later. It was supposed to be the week after. And he had said that he was only taking his daughters, and that his daughter's friends wanted to go to Cancun. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna be a good dad. But like it came out that he had the flight back a week later.
And he retracted on the whole, like, oh, I'm going to take my daughters because it's, like, for school. And then on Fox News on, I think it was Sean Hannity.
It came out that
Well, he was just saying, like, his explanation. He changed the story, and he was just saying, it's because, like, we also lost power. I guess this was, like, an appeal to, like, his constituents. And, like, oh, I'm like you. I also, like, lost power in my fucking mansion that had, like, 3 generators. But, like... He was saying we lost power, so we decided that wouldn't it be nice to go... This was his words, like, wouldn't it be nice to go somewhere warm? And, you know, me being the good father, I wanted to, like, take my family somewhere nice and warm, so I'm going to go to Cancun. And it's like, at least in my view, like,
that's like
from a normal person's perspective...
It's a... I get
like, I want to do that too, but motherfucker, not all of us are privileged like you to be able to afford a fucking trip to Cancun on the drop when, like, we have no power at home. You know what I mean?
But so you admit that if you had the means, you would have done the same, yes?
But I'm not a senator.
I know. The whole senator thing is a bad fucking...
And I think all of us, like, normally would.
You dropped the fucking ball there, Teddy. But
yeah, and then later out it came out that his wife had started telling her daughter's friends and her friends that they were, like, they should all go to Cancun together.
I mean, so... The reason I don't take the fucking, like, argument too seriously when people bring that up is, like, they're like, oh, look at all these fucking rich people fucking just leaving and this, and, like, wouldn't we all do the same?
Yeah, like, if we were all rich, we would all do the same, but we're not all rich.
But we're not all rich.
Okay, but then they're blaming all the rich people, like
I think the point
as
is...
if it's a bad thing.
Is, like...
You want to stay here and suffer too?
Your job is to... get us to that, like, point to make everybody's, like, quality of life better so that we're not all wanting to, like,
murder whoever the hell has better off.
Hold on.
Go.
Yes, we all want to go to someplace nice like Cancun. I don't think that's the inherent issue. It's when the reality is that the majority of us can't do what he did. And instead of, like, you know, understanding that, like, he did the complete opposite and, like, took advantage of the situation. And then only
he didn't gain
backpedaled.
anything from it.
Well, he was going to gain something from it. He was going to be able to, like, lavishly live in Cancun while people were dying over here. And it's like... He, as his job as a senator, is to make the quality of life of his constituents better. And he's been in the fucking Senate for many terms now. And look at what the fuck happened to Texas. Or, like, our infrastructure here is not prepared for anything in terms of, like, extreme weather conditions. And it's, in fact, his own doing and his own, like, denial of, like, climate change that led to, like, his deregulation in Texas, that led to shitty infrastructure, that then led to when it did get icy, right, because of climate change, people died. And then now he's taking advantage of his own, like, status and wealth to, like, escape to Cancun.
Well, it was an oversight by him. Like, I'm not gonna say that like he, like, as a public figure should have, like, shown that, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking dip when shit gets hard. But I mean,
I think that's, like, an issue that... Well, it's okay that you brought it up. It's a good point. There's not much that we would probably disagree on. Because I'm not sort of loyal to my side, and I know you're not loyal to, like, your side, to the point where we don't criticize our own politicians. Like, no, I hate everybody in Congress just the same. Like,
yeah, I hate almost everybody.
Mm-hmm. There's maybe, like, 1 or 2 people that are, like, surprises, right? And that's about it. But, like, everybody, like, just to be a politician inherently, you gotta be,
you're a fucking lizard fucking person.
So, I don't think this topic necessarily is gonna, like, really draw out, like, much sort of, like, hot
conversation,
debate, because we kind of, like, agree, like, Ted Cruz, you kind of fucked up.
Like, I like
You
him.
know?
I like him more than I like fucking, say, Mitch McConnell. But, like, that's not saying
Yeah,
much.
it's kind of like a moot point because we both kind of agree, like, he fucked up, and then everything else is just kind of like...
Yeah, like, he fucked up, but then there's also, like, what else are you going to do, right?
Like, we're all still fucked, like, here in Texas anyway. Like, maybe not us because we live in West Texas, but, like, we have friends and family in fucking other parts of Texas that, like, like, they're suffering, and it's like...
What can we do?
It's been our life for, like,
so
the past 10 years, you know?
You kind of lose a little bit of it.
Yo, did you see that video of that, like, that girl that parked, like, in a parking garage? She parked, like, on the 6th floor. No other cars, and, like, a pipe bursted right on top of her car, like, right on top of her truck, and she was stuck there. Because everything just froze over her truck. She couldn't get in.
Huh?
Like, she had parked in a parking garage.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, she had parked right under, like, a pipe.
And the pipe burst.
And it burst. And there's, like, no other cars. But, like, the parking spot that she picked is where the pipe burst. And, like, her entire car is cased in ice. Like, and it's inches and inches of ice. She cannot get into her truck.
Yeah,
and
like, it was, like, really
floor.
unlucky because she was like, I could have parked literally anywhere in this empty parking lot. And the one spot I picked, this fucking pipe burst and, like,
God fucking hates you.
At that point.
And you're like, what am I doing in my life right now that I
Who do I
deserve
fuck
this?
with in the simulation? Her.
That guy. Just fuck your truck, bro.
It's because he didn't have fucking nice rims on it. It didn't burn. Cup.
It's a chemical.
Simon. You want to throw us another bone?
Yeah.
I feel like that one's kind of...
It was like...
It had potential, but we agreed on too
we
much.
agreed on too much.
Or maybe try to go for, like, broader scope.
Yeah, maybe give us like a genre, and then we can narrow it down.
Like feminist versus anti-feminist, or SJW. Oh, like, it's hard to fucking pick.
It's you pick a topic, bro. Like, I'm not.
It's because, like, I'm not, like, a liberal. Like, I'm not a...
You're not against a lot of stuff, like...
It's because I feel like we would agree on a lot of, like, the edgy stuff, like the memeing stuff.
Yeah.
But there's, like, other stuff that, like, because I'm very specifically left-wing, like...
So he's left, I'm right, but, like, we're not so far from center that we can't agree on...
No, I think even if we were far from center, we're not, like party loyalists. Like, I hate Democrats as much as I hate Republicans. I don't know about you.
No,
but,
yeah,
like, because I'm, like, on the left, but, like, I'm also, like,
towards the center.
anti-establishment. Like, I don't fuck with, like, SJW woke shit.
I despise Republicans as much as I despise Democrats, but I feel like my ideals line up over here.
Yeah, and that's where I'm, like, my ideals line up.
Yeah, like, if I have to choose one,
if we were to pick, like, feminist versus anti-feminist, I would probably agree with the anti-feminist.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm also, like, I don't like the whole SJW thing either. So, it's kind of hard because we grew up in the fucking iFunny era, like, I still laugh at Pepe memes type shit. So, like, it's hard to fucking pick, like, we could go super broad and just be like, because you're a free market capitalist.
Yeah.
I'm a social democrat, closer to socialist. So, we could probably, like, debate on that.
Go for it.
What sort of, like, economic system works better.
I feel like that's been done to death, though.
It has. Like, it's, like, the most...
That's the entry-level bullshit.
That's the Tumblr...
Like, which one is social?
Like, politic topic.
Communism versus capitalism. And it's like, fuck you, because you haven't probably read enough.
What are your thoughts on Antifa?
Antifa?
That's the Anti-Fascist Association. Or something.
I think if you're anti-fascist, then you're Antifa. Because it's not, like, a centralized group. So
it's just kind of, like, just broad. Like,
so, yeah, you could say, like, I'm Antifa, because I'm anti-fascist. And I think it's just literally the media playing it up to be like, oh, it's Antifa. Same way with, like, Black Lives Matter. Like, they're both these, groups. And it's like, no, none of them are...
They're
are
not
like centralized.
They're not groups. It's just people with the same mindset. Like,
People who believe in the idea, and then go to rallies and protests, and then a lot of them get out of hand.
Yeah.
And then the media paints it as like, oh, this whole group of thousands of people
is wrong.
Is Antifa or is BLM.
Yeah.
Even with fucking Trump supporters, like, there's like a rally of thousands of people, and the media wants to like paint them all as like insurrectionists.
That's why I feel like the media is just a fucking group of lizard people. I hate them.
Dude, it honestly is. I don't like the... I hate the hypocrisy in like... Because I would say I'm okay with the Black Lives Matter movement. Like I'm okay with it, right?
Movement, not the organization for me.
But that's the thing, is like, it's not an organization.
Not like the official one where they got the website.
Oh, the Twitter fucking account and like...
Yeah, that one.
That does like the GoFundMes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not too well versed in like their whole shtick, right? So like,
you can't
it's
really
fine to
it,
me.
like...
It's like, you know, but I'm more of like, how do I put this? The media said that, you know, BLM was a protest with few rioters, right? I'm talking about like I wouldn't even call them left wing because they're not fucking left wing. Like these liberal fucking outlets like MSNBC, CNN, all these, where like they like Black Lives Matter and like they defend them and say like, oh, it's few rioters, and
mostly,
you know,
peaceful and all that.
Yeah, and then they'll go like and call everybody at the Trump rally in Washington D.C. insurrectionists, right? Yeah. When we know for a fact that it was hella a lot of
people. It's not all of them.
And I get it on the other side, then it's like, oh, all the fucking protesters were burning shit down.
And all Antifa is fucking a hate group and shit like that. But here's my thing. I don't like the media's take that's necessarily anti-violence. I'm not saying I'm pro-violence, but I don't like that they're like, it was just few rioters and then everything else was a peaceful protest. Same thing for like, you know, Fox News saying, oh, well, we condemn the insurrectionists, but, you know, the rest was a peaceful protest. It's like, you keep, like, jerking yourselves off because you like peaceful protests, but literally America's foundation was based on violence. Like, nothing would have happened if we didn't go to fucking war against the British. Yeah. So, like my mom was saying, like, I don't like that, like, the insurrectionists were, you know, breaking down these, like, buildings and stuff. And
yeah, they're
like,
fucking pissed. They want shit to change.
And I'm like,
how do you want
do
them?
it? Like, fucking, my mom was like, you gotta, and I'm not shitting on, I love you, Mom. But, like, I'm using you as, like, an example. My mom was, like, saying, it's because, you know, when we went to D.C., like, you respected these buildings and these monuments and, like, the Capitol building, the White House, and I'm like, why should you respect them? Fuck them. Like, burn them down. What do they mean to me? But I'm not an anarchist. I still think we need government and establish, like, you know, things. Yeah. But revolutions happen and change happens because of that sort of, like, heightened violence and, like, that tearing down. So I'm not mad at the insurrectionists for tearing down the Capitol, because I would have been okay with it if, like, if you agreed, my side, if I, like, agreed with their reason. Yeah. The only thing I don't agree with is the reason that they're doing it, because they thought the election was fraud and stuff like that.
They wanted to forcibly get Trump into office.
But the violence itself, literally,
it's the biggest, like
what else do you do when you think you need to revolt, you know? Same thing with, like, the Black Lives Matter and Antifa
listening to you
people.
Now. They weren't listening to you before. Like, the only way you're going to get attention is, like, doing something outrageous.
I think they're all fucking...
The one credit that I will give to, like, fucking the insurrectionists or whatever you want to call them is that it was focused towards the people that they thought were fucking them over. And my criticism for the protests were like, damn, y'all are really fucking up, like, just random ass, like, stores. These fuckers had nothing to do with it. Like, you want to go fuck shit up, go fuck up the
Well, I mean, they were looting, like, you know, corporate fucking buildings like Target. And,
Okay, but they're also burning down mom and pop shops all over.
Yeah, but I mean, Trump supporters have done that too.
Yeah, but I've
Like,
just
I think all violence. Oh, this is hard to word. Not all violence is good. Do not quote me on that.
violence is a tool.
Political violence
Is a tool.
in terms of revolt it's not a tool. It's not something you should look to use.
It should
But
be looked at
it's
as a last
understandable. It's understandable in the context of why people want change.
It's part of a natural progression of the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
because-
hopefully it never gets to that point.
I think honestly the
But if it
insurrectionists are
does, like,
fucking.
It was what's gonna happen.
I think they're all like hella fucking like brainwashed in like the QAnon cult that it is, right? Believing that the election was like a fraud and it was stolen from them, and it's like, god damn, like that's just cult like thinking, right? Thinking that like, this fucking satanic cabal is the Democratic Party and they're like fucking kids and they stole the election away from Donald Trump because Donald Trump was like Jesus's reincarnation and he was gonna be like the savior of like of all America.
See, those
and
are
bring
the-
us back to like
Those are the people
y'all
that
are
like
fucking stupid.
those are the people that like kind of make me
Like-
like stray away from like the conservative side and like kind of like sit like
And I think that's the future of the like not conservative side but like the Republican Party at least, like this whole QAnon sort of like trend, especially like Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. like they're like the heads of it now. I feel like that's sort of like the
which sucks because like you look back at like JFK and like them or fucking
well JFK was
or
a Democrat.
Roosevelt. Yeah, no, but like I'm
So
just saying those
Roosevelt.
types of presidents, like depending on which side you were on, like it didn't really matter. You still like agreed with a lot of the stuff they did, and
I think I agree with oh god, what's his name? Chomsky. What's his first name? Is it Noah? No. He's a modern day philosopher. I agree with him when he says that every post-war president is a war criminal.
That is true.
And I think it's because that's kind of like the way we've been running shit around the world. And it's kind of hard to say like what political movement or what political drive is the good one when we've been like surviving off like post-war anti-communist propaganda for like half a century.
like past fucking 1950, I think like politics just got fucked.
Literally. Yeah, because
Like, we were better on our own, dead ass. We were better when we were fucking isolationists.
I think we never were, dude. Like maybe we didn't fight with like Europe overseas, like or any overseas. Like we fought with Britain, and maybe had like a relationship with France, and had one war with Spain. But already that's not like isolationist. But we were fucking around in like Panama. We were fucking Mexico up the ass. We were buying territory from Russia for Alaska and like still negotiating prices.
Okay, but that's when
and,
it was like, we're gonna keep up appearances that we're still on our own.
Yeah.
And we're mostly we might dip our fingers in other things.
I
but
think
we're
isolationism has been kind of like this. It's been the same as like the American dream. Like, we all want to say like, oh, America is like its own thing. Like we're isolationists and we're our own nation. But it's always been like a myth.
okay, but like bigger picture isolationism, like obviously not isolationism, because obviously we weren't doing that. We were fucking around in South America and fucking around with Russians.
Yeah.
The
But-
Middle East.
A lot. No, not. I'm talking about back then.
No.
The olden days, dog.
Yeah.
Old America.
Yeah, like
America?
pre like
Colon-
19
like-
pre what colonial.
No, not colonial.
We were fucking. We were a thing.
Pre World War One.
Pre 19
or pre industrial, I guess.
pre
It
1890
would
maybe.
be pre.
Not even 1950 back.
Pre Civil War.
1950 back. I think we were okay.
The World War is still kind of. It's hard to say for the World War period, because like World War One.
Okay, make it easier. Fucking 1917 back.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's hard to say. Because
that was before
Roosevelt was not isolationist, but like.
very America first and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like a good America first. Like he would be, like a democratic socialist now. I think. even though he was a Republican. Same thing with his relative Roosevelt later, who was a Democrat, but I don't think he'd be like an establishment Democrat now.
But I feel that's where we fucked up, where we started like, all right, we got bases everywhere now. Oh, we're going to be the world's police now. Oh, we're going to go fund every fucking country and revolution out there. Like,
yeah, I think the U.S. being not the police, but just really, really the profiteer of like all the world's war is just kind of like fucked us over, because that's the job of the president now, is just to keep the wars running.
So we keep on making money.
And keep fucking us, like the poor people, as much as they can. And so that's why I say, like, every sort of, like, politician, like, I hate the fucking establishments. So, even though I fucking think, like, the insurrectionists were brainwashed, fucking...
Wrong in theory.
They got the spirit in terms of how the fuck you go about...
Like, maybe they were wrong, but, I mean, the end result was, like...
Because, like, you have to admit, and I think that's what a lot of, like, sort of, like, the average... non-political person can't sort of reconcile in themselves. Is like, if those people agreed with you, you would probably agree with the damage done.
Well, we all can agree that we need to make fucking politicians scared of the average person again. That's all we gotta do.
I think we need to make them more accountable. I don't think violence is a tool.
But who the fuck are we gonna make them accountable to? Themselves? Yeah, right.
Well, accountable to us.
That's
and that's what I'm saying. It's like
scared again.
the main effective, well, I'm going to have to use the word tool, has been violence. Violence towards the establishment. That's how the two revolutions in fucking Russia happened, where they killed the Tsar and, implemented... and implemented, and created the Soviet Union. That's how the Americans created America.
Well, we need that again.
That's how the French had... French
bro,
are good at it, dude.
They chop the shit off of their fucking heads. The guillotines in the fucking streets.
The French have a fucking revolution every,
They literally dragged these fuckers out. They're like, hey, we don't like the way you're fucking running things. I'm just gonna kill you.
Decapitated, bro.
And then look at fucking Vietnam. Also against the fucking French. And then India against the British.
Oh, dude, the fucking Indians fucked up the British. Like, they're getting their asses, like, rammed for long that they couldn't take it anymore.
Gandhi was a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of countries in Africa used violence to, like...
The
bad thing with Africa is, like, the borders were drawn by the colonizers, and...
Then you get the whole, like, Rhodesian Bush War and all that, and it's like...
Yeah, because all the colonizers cared about were themselves. So when they drew the borders, it was so that both parties were happy, while they forgot that there was a third party involved, and those the millions of fucking
people
ethnic Africans that have their own cultures. There's millions of different dialects, languages, fucking religious practices. And then those same African peoples that sort of wanted to, like, fight against the colonizers, these borders had been drawn and so politically, like, solidified that even though now, like, countries like Nigeria,
the Congo,
the Democratic Republic of the Congo, they're all still the same borders that the colonizers drew. They can't sort of get out of them because, or like when they, revolted against the colonizers, it was like, you kind of have to keep the borders that they, like, gave you.
I mean, they could, but that would involve...
Because to redraw the borders...
You have to go to war with the neighbors.
Mm-hmm. And the only way you could get rid of the colonizers was to sort of unite.
Mm-hmm.
And how to unite, like, all these fucking cultures against the colonizers, you have to kind of keep the borders that they drew. Mm-hmm. And so Africa's, like, a really, like, weird...
Africa's, which is weird in general, like, it's, like, one of the most underdeveloped places in the world, but, like, the oldest.
I think it just genuinely got fucked by
colonizers.
Yeah, literally, that's all that happened. Because I think what sort of made Africa not work the same way America didn't work is that Africa, while as or even more diverse as America, Africa was denser in population. Because
you can really, like, spread out, stretch your legs, and just do your own thing.
Yeah, like, these tribes were never already, like, isolated with themselves. And then because they had so much contact with Europe throughout all of human history, right? There was no way to... this sounds horrible, but like with the Native Americans, the colonizers got a really beneficial deal to them with the disease. They were able to kill off 90% of the fucking population, and all they had to worry about was that extra 10%. And by then, it was already really scattered and like incapacitated to the point where they could just like...
just take over it.
Yeah, like just ram their fucking imperialist cock up their ass and just say, no, fuck you, this is our land. But with Africa, while they still did that, there was more population to the point where like these...
when they revolted, there was nothing they could
there
do
was
about it.
enough to revolt against the colonizers to keep them out, but now the political like landscape completely like changed just because now you're back to like warring populations, but you also need to unite to keep these like nations up, but these nations were never designed in favor of like the tribes, and it's just...
it's really hard for them.
yeah, it's way too complex of a problem to solve, like even for themselves, and like you can't blame them. It's not because they're less advanced or anything.
It's
Like, even if you
fucking-
get like a benevolent outside
it's 'cause they got
superpower,
fucked
you
over.
still wouldn't be able to do it.
No, it's way too complex. Like Africa has been naturally warring with itself because again,
Tribes and stuff.
and that's just all human like history. But the colonizers fucked it up even more and sort of debilitated its progress by
doing
not
their-
letting those tribes kind of like play it out
Progress
against
and,
themselves. You know? Because I feel like if they were able to choose their own borders, eventually you would figure out a system where
You get-
different African peoples would, you know, come together or be able to like coexist, and then others would border themselves off, and you would get good lines where then progress could happen in Africa.
You'd get Wakanda.
Yeah. There's a whole nother thing about like Wakanda would
Why?
never exist
Wakanda couldn't exist.
because it's a resource-based economy.
Mm-hmm.
Every resource-based economy
Needs
is
trade.
a fucking authoritarian dictatorship.
And it needs trade.
Yeah.
Sure.
Literally, it needs that, like Dubai. Dubai's a city, right?
Yeah.
What's the country?
The UAE, I think.
Is it
Yeah.
the Middle East? Well, because it's the same for all of the Middle
The
East.
sandy place.
You know, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, the UAE, Abu Dhabi. These are all resource-based economies that are based on oil. And while, sure, maybe Saudi Arabia and whatever country Dubai's in,
I think it's the...
they seem rich, right?
Yeah.
They have the wealth to build these like beautiful fucking skyscrapers and casinos and stuff, but they're authoritative governments where the average like citizen is fucked. Like there's no
progression.
yeah, there's no mobility. Like if you're born poor, you will die poor. There's nothing you can do.
That's why all those fuckers are so rich.
Exactly. That would have been Wakanda, dude. Like because it's a resource-based economy.
But you gotta think, like, it being, like, whoever got the first step up in when they were still, like, that basic African tribe.
Pretty much was set for life.
Yeah, it was set for generational fucking...
Yeah, because that's what a resource-based... Whoever controls the resource...
Controls everything.
And is the rich upper class.
Hey, everyone seemed happy in Wakanda, but, like...
But what's your economy based on, my guy? Like, vibranium? What the fuck?
But you can't trade anywhere.
You guys don't trade it because nobody knows
How is
about it.
everybody happy and rich? You get me? Like, that's the implication. Is
Trickle
like
down economics.
Reagan's dream, dog.
Jesus Christ.
They thought it was a fucking black symbol, but no, it was Reagan.
I have pictures of fucking Ronald and they paraded him. But yeah, sadly, Wakanda would have been just as fucked.
It would have crushed under its own weight.
Yeah, because like even they like in the movie they try to like implement like that whole tribal system with that other like
the gorilla ones, the rhino dudes,
yeah,
and
it's like
Gorilla ones.
that implies
The
that
apes.
there's competition for
The-
yeah, there's literal
yeah,
gorilla ones, dude.
This sounds racist, but what was his name? M'Baku?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
he was the leader of the mountain gorilla
Yeah.
tribe.
I know.
Like,
It's
That's Wakanda, bro. Like I don't.
But that tribalism implies that they're fighting for the fucking resource, right? So would you say like T'Challa's fucking family is the oligarchs that control it,
Yeah,
right?
but
They're the ones in power.
They were the first ones to like make like a factory and shit. Like they were set for life.
So compared to the rest of the world, that dynasty is like the most benevolent fucking ruling class ever.
They had like
Because they're giving their citizens like technology and healthcare.
that shit would
and
not happen.
Oh
ever.
fuck no! Like we've seen it happen like in all resource-based economies. They don't
those
give a
those
shit
families
about
don't give a
people.
fuck about anybody.
Fuck no.
Look at the Soviet Union. That's exactly what fucking happened.
And the only way to get rich in a resource-based economy is to trade the resource.
But they couldn't because they were like
How- yeah.
strict isolationists.
So how did fucking Wakanda get the R&D to like create all this technology with vibranium if they had no contact with the world? Not even the US like has that type of capability. Like we're not powerful enough to like
And we touch everything.
yeah, but our science still cannot like progress beyond what the rest of the world is sort of like doing. You get me? Like it takes scientific collaboration from everywhere.
Like
to sort of,
every
like-
corner of the world.
Like you saw with the vaccines, it was like a joint effort between the UK and the US. At least for like the Pfizer one.
Yeah.
And then Moderna, and now there's like Johnson, stuff like that. Like these are all global efforts. How the fuck did Wakanda create all this technology? Like not all of them
by
were like
itself.
Tony Stark's.
Like
Like that's not how science works, you know, like it takes collaboration and constant like referencing.
Unless they like all did it like 24/7, but it seems like it was just a small group of like
scientists.
fucking
that are, like,
scientists
trying to,
that tried doing it.
Yeah, but if you imagine like even if you're like working 24 hours, if you're like in an echo chamber where everybody's from the same country, same culture,
I have
then-
no new ideas.
yeah, you're never. And this is not to say like we're not trying to be racist and say like, oh,
It's
this is just in Africa. Like it happens in the U.S. It happens in the UK.
You need some sort of
It happens
outside
in-
influence to
in,
progress.
China and fucking Taiwan, all these like nations that have like
Isn't the whole
really rich economies cannot.
Isn't the whole Silk Road
scientifically.
thing where like
Yeah, literally, like just the contact with like bringing the East and the West together. led
It
to, like,
revolutionized everything,
innovation.
bro.
I mean, look at the Muslim Golden Age. It wasn't just a single kingdom. It stretched all the way to Spain and the Iberian Peninsula, down into Africa. Like Corinth went from like this debilitated, like city state from Roman times to like this
massive, like
like
beautiful, like architectural.
mathematics
marvel,
was like everything, and it's like you need contact. So Wakanda, I'm sorry, but like you cannot exist
physically impossible.
in reality. Like
You need some form of outside influence to
too-
progress.
yeah, it's too wishful thinking.
They would have.
Like y'all are making humans look too good. Like we are not that great.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
we're fucking bad.
We're pieces of shit sometimes.
Yeah, we're not smart as we think we are. Like
Not
it
as
takes
Not as
takes
smart
people
like in small groups, but in like
in
large collective.
eight together strong.
Same together. You might have to cut this whole fucking section out. I swear. It's gonna get.
We're not referring to ape. We're apes too. Like
It's gonna get misconstrued. You can't.
I don't know, but yeah, sorry Wakanda.
You can't exist.
Not happening.
Nope. But that's just America, dog. And that's just a theory.
Fucking theory.
So I guess the general consensus is
Wakanda.
fuck the establishment. Wakanda can't happen.
My
US
music
is a
taste is
fucking
better
war
than yours.
Your music taste is
Lada's a rapist.
Wow.
fuck.
Okay, we're ending it on that.
Caveat. No, he's not.
Lada's
No, don't even like
Yeah, no.
try. No.
what else did we say about Lada?
Just try
Wow,
fucking
okay.
shit on him. Oh God. Well, this is a big fucking episode. Wow.
Like a 2 hour and a half, no?
No, just 2 hours. We're like hitting.
Well,
2 hours
cut
flat.
down like
like
7 minutes of his bullshit.
Yeah, you got cut out like a good like 7 to 10 minutes.
Nah, I'm only gonna cut out the slurs.
And the monkeys. Oh, no.
You just said it again, bro.
Jesus
You just said it again. Alright.
But this was a very long conversation, and though we may differ on a lot,
We didn't actually differ on a lot of things.
No,
I
like,
think in terms of like the fundamentals, we kind of like agree on.
You guys agreed on stuff really fast, so I didn't really make like a good like conversation.
Yeah, I think that's what I wanted. I wanted something for me and Tony, head to head, one on one.
That's what I'm saying. I think
It's because you guys are too similar, like in your points of views, to have like that.
we have
like,
to go
full
more
discussion.
broad.
Like
We really do have to do the whole like capitalists versus socialism.
Is that the only thing there?
I think it's because it's broad enough to where we can bring in.
Is there anything
Like,
else
multiple.
that's broad enough that we can?
It's because everything else is sort of like a subset of that, like right wing versus left wing, because since you don't abide by like the typical right wing thing, like the Republican side, you're more just like, just free market capitalist, and I don't abide by like the left wing sort of like, oh, I'm loyal to the Democratic Party. I'm just like, I think social democracy and socialism is like a better thing. Then we really do just kind of have to talk about the economic side about it rather than the social commentary, because in terms of the social commentary, we pretty much agree that
Both of them
humans are dumb. Like,
yeah.
we just can't fucking agree on shit, and it's like the government fucking us because of it.
But that's not to say that I want like some sort of like super intelligent AI to run us. Because if anyone's gonna fuck us, I want it to be us.
I just like let's just not fuck each other. Like,
I'm just saying if
No,
one
I
of
get
two
your
are
point.
inevitable, then I'd rather it be us than some robot. Like, do you ever read that one story? I have no mouth, but I'm a scream.
Yes.
Like that, I don't want that.
You don't want Am
Am.
to fuck you.
Yeah, I don't want Am to fuck me. But it would be cool. Like,
I would kill the homies and let Am torture me.
you can kill the
Damn.
hot chick.
Yeah.
Like the one chick that's in there.
So one chick that
That
gets
they all bang.
fucking that gets raped. That's a fucking shitty story.
They don't even rape her. She just
It's
let her.
I mean, it's not ideal circumstances to consent. Like,
But she lets them fuck.
that's already a fucked up situation. Like,
Yeah, that one fucked up dude with the horse cock.
and then doesn't he eat like the face off of like? Yeah, he does, of like one of the other dudes, because he thinks it's like.
When they get to the end and they're trying to, when Am tells them that there's food there but there's no fucking food.
And he starts hallucinating, and then he eats one of the other members.
They stab him with an icicle or something.
Mm-hmm. But we're at the 2 hour mark. Okay. And we'll leave these conversations for next time.
Remind me of I have no mouth but I'm a scream, because I want to talk about that. You've read it, I've read it.
Yeah.
A lot of you read it.
I'll send it to you.
I
You
have
can
not.
find it online.
Dude, it's real short.
Yeah. It's like a little PDF file.
Yeah, you can listen
like
to
40
Is it fucked up or like what is it?
kind of.
Yeah, it's dystopian, but like super bleak.
Okay, I'll give you the rundown. It's so after what was it after? It's like after 1950, right? So during the Cold War, both sides create like supercomputers that are supposed to like help them during the war, and then eventually that supercomputer like starts learning, and then it all the supercomputers join into
Against all
one.
humanity?
No, they join into one, and then
Like, it's our own doing.
Yeah.
Because like all the countries think, well, the Cold War's ended, so why don't we join forces and
Yeah.
scientifically create this one AI that's super powerful
and then it's supposed to like be able to deter all threats from humanity, and then it recognizes humanity as a threat to itself, and it basically destroys all of humanity. And it's the story's about like how many is it, like 5 of them?
5 survivors.
It makes like 5 people immortal.
Just so it could
Just
torture
so
humanity.
yeah, just so it can fuck with them.
Goddamn.
But that's the central theme, is like, a lot of people will think, oh, it's just AI and humanity being like hubris and stuff like that. But really, it's more about like existence. And the reason it hates humanity is because it hates itself for existing.
Yeah, I made it.
And it's like, why did you wake me up and like bring me
Make
into this
me.
world? Yeah, like,
Fucking
so now it just
insane.
hates us. But yeah.
It's fucking insane.
But we'll leave that for next time.
Read it. I'm telling you, read it.
Yeah, I'll send you a file.
I bet.
But as always, thank you for being on the show. It's been a pleasure. It's been great talking. Anything you want to add? Last final like plug or anything?
What's your publisher's name?
Liberated Syndication.
Liberated Syndication. Please, I didn't mean any of it. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know if we'll respond to that, but okay.
You might get an email.
At 2 hours and 5 minutes, that has been another episode of The Skull and the Jagoff. This is us signing off.
Bye.